Ridiculous. I might buy this game. This shit, he probably busted a crazy one to this shit, bro. Woke up the next morning and was like, I'm getting my life straight.
We're back.
I thought you were fucking joking, bro.
We're
I thought this guy was whatever. All right. I didn't know you were actually gonna
back with another
That's actually
fresh episode. This might actually be the final episode of Freaks and Peaks because we are gonna be transitioning over into the new name, the new setup, and all that good stuff. But we are live, and there's some crazy game reviews going on that we were reading. But on top of that,
guy said he's been waiting for this game for 4 years, y'all.
You know what game we've been waiting for 4 years? Dragons Dogma 2.
Oh wow, nah, we waiting for that game for 10 years.
That showcase.
You know what's wild about that? You're gonna start this shit off ASAP.
Yep.
Fucking Capcom. If this is the game, right? This is quote unquote. This is the game that they're so confident.
They're really confident about this.
Sell millions, and I believe it because
they said millions.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, I actually believe it. The game looks phenomenal. But not only that, we touched on it last week. Like, Dragons Dogma has a cult following, right? Everybody's heard about it. It's been on sale 80 billion times on Steam everywhere else for like $5. It's one of those games that everybody has on Steam, right? But they haven't played it yet. Like,
absolutely.
Everybody knows about the series. Everybody knows about the game. I think there was an anime or something. I don't remember. But
yeah, there is.
Yeah, but it's like, if that's the game that they're like flexing their fucking dick over, damn, that's cool. Like,
that is cool.
Man,
I agree.
Look, I want to believe that, but I either feel that whoever made that initial report mistranslated some shit.
Yeah, that's what
and they were just saying.
I think so.
Yeah. Because the thing is, especially coming from Japan, right? They're a Japan company, and they care very much about how things done previously and how they stack up here. Don't get me wrong, they have the faith that it's gonna sell millions. Good, because the game looks
it definitely will
amazing, right? But they usually don't, like, if a game did kind of bad or like before, they usually not like big energy, is, right? Just like
it's
you know
easy
what I'm
to say that because Dragon's Dogma didn't do bad, but that's the thing, right? Like, Dragon's Dogma did really well. It just flew under the radar. Like, commercially, it kind of like flew under the radar.
It's a cult classic, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a game that people are super fans of.
Before all the fucking, what was the second version of the game did really well? Dark Arisen.
Dark Arisen, yeah. That was another game.
It was like a remaster.
Yeah, well, Kaiser was the one that brought it to my attention. It was a re-release.
Like DLC, right?
Kaiser, what was it? Kaiser, explain to us what the.
They changed a lot about the mechanics of the game. They quality of life, a lot of stuff, and it was DLC. Yeah.
We're talking about the Dark Arisen.
Yeah,
basically
you
fixed a bunch of stuff. I followed a lot of the news and stuff like that. I have the game, haven't played enough.
Oh, y'all a bit.
So, but well, fuck you.
Y'all a bit.
I'll change that though. But
I mean, to be fair, it doesn't look like you have to play. You don't have to wait for it. Comes out in March. I didn't think it was coming out that soon, but it comes out in March. You don't have to play it. Don't put yourself through that shit. It aged fine, but it's a clunky mess.
Apparently, they were saying that this game takes place in an alternate timeline or universe that you don't have to follow the first game. I'm still gonna play the first game anyway because I want to. I heard it's so good.
The music and the combat alone definitely makes it worth it.
I heard the first one was really good though, and it just kind of flew under the radar because I've always wanted to play it and never really just had the chance to go back to it.
It's one of those games that, like, you know how Elden Ring made a lot of like the Dark Souls players actually like use magic because magic was actually interesting in Elden Ring. Dragon's Dogma was like the first RPG where I wasn't like a ninja, where I wasn't a rogue. I was like, yo, this magic is ridiculous. That game is busted. The game is crazy.
Yep.
There's so much build diversity. There's so much stuff you can do in the game. And this new one, it's gonna be on RE Engine, bro. That shit looks. Actually, it was in the back of my head the whole time. Fuck. It was in the back of my head. just
New
the
Monster
amount of
Hunter.
monsters and shit, and the scale of the game.
Yeah,
I was
new
like, is this
Monster
what Monster Hunter's gonna look like? Wow. Like, if
Yeah.
Monster
Well,
Hunter looks
yeah,
like
and-
that, gee.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
what we
I mean,
thought this was all gonna be, right?
To be
Right,
fair,
I
Dragon's
mean-
Dogma is single player Monster Hunter, bro. Like, just not as grindy. It's more focused, single player, story driven, whatever. But the way it's presented is basically fucking Monster
That's
Hunter.
cool, right?
Like,
This is one of the few rare games where I'm actually, because normally, like, if there's a game that had classes, I'm usually the warrior or the ranger or something like that, or a thief.
yeah, you're
I'm
basically-
never the mage. I'm never the mage. But this is the
Yeah,
one
this game makes it look cool as fuck. Yeah.
Right. It makes it look like when you summoning something from the sky, like shit is happening.
Yeah, that's why I brought up
And, like,
Elden
I
Ring,
feel-
right? Because in the
Mhm.
prior games in the Soul series,
Mhm.
Magic looks so ass. Magic
Unless
looked so jank and
unless
ass.
you're playing Dark Souls too.
And then you play, well, it was still jank. It was just really good.
Yeah, it was
Magic
good.
was no, I mean like I don't mean being good.
Yeah, like
I
looking
mean
good.
like visually looks
looking
Yeah.
good,
Like,
feeling good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
feeling
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Magic never looked cool in Dark Souls to me.
I agree.
Elden Ring.
And yeah. So, and then it's funny because like there was so many different reports where they were saying like, oh yeah, no, it's an unannounced game and it's not Dragons Dogma 2, right? Like they're very clear on that.
Yeah,
And then-
I think they meant it was a game that they didn't announce the release date. Like, but
Yeah.
to be fair, right? We still don't know 100%. They could still announce something. Let's say they announced something at the Game Awards or announce something in March, right?
That's
Like, who
what I said.
True.
I said it could be a mistranslation because it's like they did already announce this, so I think the whole dialogue of unannounced game was mistranslated, right? But,
but it could've
they
been-
could
yeah, they can go through it.
absolutely announce something during the Game Awards and be like, "Here's fucking
It's not gonna
Monster
come out in
Hunter," you know what I mean? Like, well, not
Yeah,
in
it's
March,
gonna come out in
but
March, though.
here's
thing.
Here's the next Monster Hunter that's gonna come out in like August. You know what I mean, or some shit like that.
Yeah. But the reports, whether they were mistranslated or not,
I think they have to have been mistranslated. But at the same time, I
Didn't they
think that
specifically say March. It did, right?
it did.
Yeah,
It
did,
said
did.
March 2024.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did.
But the
It
thing
did.
is, this
it-
game
it-
was
it-
not unannounced though. This was an
Yeah, but
announced
that's why I
game.
said it was probably like I think it was an unannounced release date. I don't think it was an actual
Yeah,
announced.
yeah. That might have been the mistranslation. Yeah.
But
But
'Cause, you know,
either
they're not
either
gonna-
way,
if they were gonna see, because remember that's what I was saying before, right? They might show Monster Hunter at the Game Awards and then it could come out in March. But now that Dragon's Dogma is coming out in March, there's no way in fuck that's happening. So
because Capcom's not gonna cut.
yeah, they're not gonna
their
kill
own
their own
game.
game.
Yeah, I could cook
Like-
their own game.
so-
They could do a
You know,
month later.
and that-
Nah,
you
they
know what?
cannot. No.
No, no, no,
They
no,
have
no,
to
no,
put
no,
that
no.
shit out like in the summer.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I don't
summer's-
even think they
summer's
can
got,
announce
like-
it. To be honest,
They
they
can't
can't even
announce that
announce
game.
a release date.
They
They can't
can't.
announce a release
They can't.
date because
fair-
they have to wait
Hmm?
on one company, and we all know who it is, to announce whenever they're gonna do it, and then they're gonna plan whenever their release
I think
Capcom's
Monster
not
Hunter
gonna
would do
stand
well
up to Rockstar,
regardless. I think Monster Hunter
will
would do
say
well
that's one of the rare
regardless.
exceptions where one,
Yep.
they don't care, and two, that crossover between those audiences is not as big as you.
Exactly.
No,
So-
it's not. It's not. But still, you got to be wary as a game developer. Like, you know what I'm saying? You want
Yeah,
as
but
much-
I don't think Monster Hunter would have to like move around it. I think
Monster Hunter might be
say,
the one franchise that could kind of coexist. But even so, why would you risk it if you could avoid it?
Yeah, true.
I think if a gamer has a wallet, right, to say I'm going to buy two $60 or $70 games this
You can buy those
month.
two games and let those be the only two games you buy. that year.
Exactly.
You be
That's
safe, yeah.
exactly my point.
Yeah.
They could be like, all right, I'm gonna buy GTA. Oh shit, Monster Hunter's coming out too. I'm in there. Fuck it. 100.
Yep.
That's just gonna be a tough month, but
That could
I'm
be
solid.
$120 you spend
Yep.
that whole year, and you'll be straight for that whole.
You'll be
fucking
straight
year with those two
the whole year. Literally, you could play those games. Those could be the only two games that you play for the next year, possibly even 2
That might
years
be
if you
the
think
only
about
games
it.
I play.
It might be that long,
Shit.
especially with GTA.
I mean, and then Monster Hunter is like supported really well by the devs till like
Super
like, new
Monster
Monster
Hunter
supported.
World
shit,
last night.
like,
Like
yeah.
game is still that game is still like find rooms, find games, find lobbies instantly. People playing like this game. You know what's crazy about Monster Hunter? The old ones don't even die. So like when the new one drops, People still gonna be playing these old shits. People still gonna be playing Rise. People still gonna be playing World. Like Monster Hunter is a different beast, especially now.
That's
It was
pretty
already
crazy
popular
actually.
before in World, but now it's a different fucking now. That's
People
wild.
still play World while people still play Rise. Like that's
Yeah, that's cool. See,
super cool.
the,
Yeah.
the cool thing about having like they really came out with swinging with fucking Monster Hunter, bro. And I'm actually really proud of them because the thing about it is like it's very hard to have, like, we all know, we all play fighting games, right? So we all see it happen all the time, where it's very hard to have two games exist simultaneously without one cannibalizing the other, right? Like,
Yep.
anytime a new version of a fighting game comes out, the last one's dead. It's gone. Like,
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like, if this was a fighting game, there's no talk about one game being dead while someone is playing the other game. Like, people are playing Rise and World right now without claiming the other's dead.
they are drastically different games, but still,
Yeah,
it's
no,
still
no.
crazy to,
Stylistically, they're different, you know?
But like Dragon's Dogma, for them to, if that is the game, which I'm sure we can be like 70-80% confident that is the game, that whether it was a mistranslation or not, we know that's the game now, right?
Yeah.
The fact that they're so confident in that shit is like, that makes me want to buy it. Like, I was already gonna buy it because I'm a Dragon's Dogma fan, right? And I love RPGs and shit like that. Like, so obviously I was gonna buy it. But let's say I had no idea what Dragon's Dogma was, right? And
Speaks
I
volumes.
saw that article when they put that, when they were saying like, yeah, we're game is gonna sell millions. Just seeing that confidence in the game, that would have made me want to buy it. Like that would have been a reason for me to buy it. I would have been like, wow, they really think this game is gonna be fucking phenomenal. I'm gonna buy that shit. Let me see what this shit's about. Like, that's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen, like, has any other dev ever said some shit? Okay, wait. Assuming it wasn't a mistranslation, right? Have we ever seen a dev say some shit like that? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think I've ever heard of a dev saying, yeah, check out how big my dick is. March
Yeah, we
2020.
got a
mean,
game coming out that's gonna sell millions.
Listen, Rockstar is
Except
gonna be
Rockstar.
saying that a week from
But
now.
Rockstar actually says it though. You know what I'm saying? Rockstar doesn't be like, yeah, we have a game coming out. GTA 6.
No,
yeah.
but they dropped
Like,
that trailer and it's the equivalent of
yeah,
them.
they know, but yeah, they know what they have. But GTA is a different beast though, because GTA is already established. Dragon's Dogma, like I said, is still, it was a cult classic, not a commercial hit, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that they're that confident in that game, of all the games that they have coming out, is that's cool. Like, hopefully it's really fucking good. It looks really good.
It's a
I agree.
Yeah, it's a chance, man.
Yeah.
It's a chance, you know, because it's not. I mean, it looks great. It looks great. I'm willing to try it. I'm willing to try something new. But yeah, but you know, MH is coming.
You know what? It kind of made me happy because I'm not ready for a new Monster. Like, let me not say I'm not ready for it. Obviously, if it came out tomorrow, I'd be like, well, bye guys.
Yeah.
But like, this not being it means that, one, if it came out in March, we already know it wouldn't have been an RE Engine 2 game, right? So the fact that this isn't it, does that mean that I have a strange feeling. I said this before. I think the new Monster Hunter is going to be the first game on the new RE Engine, and I think it's going to be crazy.
On the new one,
I mean, look, as good looking as this game looks, imagine the new engine.
And that's not even on the new one. Yeah, like, bro, I said this. I was like, wait a minute. This is RE Engine 1. They got this shit looking crazy. I wouldn't be mad if Monster Hunter came out on that shit. But the fact that they said they already have RE Engine 2, I'm like, damn, that new shit gonna look like, bro? Because the crazy shit is like, the cool thing is Dragon's Dogma 2, it looks recognizable, right? Like, if you played the first game, you're like, oh wow, this looks like the first game. Just not ass. Well, not, I mean, not say ass. Just because actually, no, never mind. Dragon's Dogma 1, if you boot that game up, that game looks like the character models are ugly. It looks like a Bethesda game. Which maybe I think that's the art style they were going for, right? Like they wanted that Western style, ugly ass, gritty, grimy looking. Excuse me, fucking RPG.
Like, wasn't Dragon Age still kind of around the conversation at the time?
Yeah.
So
Dark Souls was blowing up at the time. Yeah, so it makes sense. But
yeah, no, it's still pretty
as
ugly
soon as you
by today's
see
standards.
Dragon's Dogma 2, you're like,
yeah.
Character models look great. Gameplay looks. That's an instant buy for. That's crazy because that comes out. No, it's okay. It's like a month after FF7 remake. What the fuck is going on?
Jeez,
happened.
right? Oh no.
Yeah, FF7 remake comes out like month right before that. Persona 3 Reload is that same month.
Yeah.
Like,
I
what's
thought we were done with this.
Grand Blue, same shit.
Listen, like
Grand Blue
this
RPG, same
year
month.
is spilling into next year, and
we don't even know when like Dragon Quest 12 is dropping.
Crazy, son.
we
don't
don't
know
even
when Monster Hunter's dropping.
we don't even know what
when,
the
like,
fuck is happening next year. 2024 might be crazier than 2023. I doubt it,
I
but
don't know about crazier, but here's the thing: we didn't know the majority of this stuff was coming out this year, last year. This time last year.
yes.
So
There might be
we
a
had no
bunch of
idea.
shadow drops this year coming up.
we didn't know. We didn't know Armored Core was coming out. This
We
summer.
didn't
True.
know.
Uh,
Armored Core was
shit snuck up on
announced
us.
like 3 months before it dropped. No,
Didn't know Liza P was coming out this year because that game was. They've been teasing that game for 80
No,
years.
yeah, it's been in like
What else? We didn't know Lords of the Fallen was coming out this year.
no.
Like we didn't know. Well, Baldur's Gate is on like a seesaw, right? It could have, it could not have. Like we didn't know. We didn't know that was going to come out.
Oh no, that's been in
August.
early access for
Um,
a full year and a half at this point. Yeah.
The only game we knew, actually no, I can't even say we knew Zelda was coming out because it got delayed, right? That game was supposed to come out last year. Like we didn't even know when a lot of these games were going to drop this year.
We knew Zelda was coming out at some point this year because it did get delayed,
Yeah,
but
but it
then
got
it
pushed back
got
twice.
like it
So,
did get
like-
pushed back twice, but then they announced a quarter,
Yeah, true.
and then they announced
I mean, it could have
after
pushed back
the
again. Look, it
yeah
could've got-
after
it could've
the
got pushed back
quarter after the
Like-
quarter, then they announced a release, and then once they announced a release, it was solid. When Nintendo
again.
announces
Hi-Fi
a
Rush,
release,
we didn't know
it's
it was coming out because
yeah.
that shit was literally.
that was a shadow
Shadow
drop.
drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Um,
I think 2024 might be the year of the shadow drops that are fucking they're just gonna blow our minds.
Listen, GTA 4.
I mean-
GTA 4. Why do I keep saying GTA 4? GTA 6 is
I don't
definitely
know.
dropping next year.
It's definitely
yeah, next
dropping.
year for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. For sure.
Or early 2025, but I'm pretty sure they're dropping.
Latest
Nah,
November.
I-
Latest November.
No, I think latest next January. I think latest
Yeah.
early 2020. We'll see.
You think latest early
wasn't
2025? I don't think.
We'll see.
Wasn't
I'll give it
Alan
next
Wake
Yeah, we'll see.
2
I think it's
a
gonna
bit
be
of a
an.
shadow
I
drop
think
too, kind of.
Did we know Element 2 was coming out?
We wanted it. I
Mm.
know people wanted it, but they didn't know. Like, you know
I don't
what I mean?
remember-
They didn't
I don't
know it was gonna
recall.
drop
I don't recall.
Because we didn't even see Alan Wake 2 until like
this
hold on,
summer.
we saw Alan Wake 2 hella late.
we did.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was.
Was that a PlayStation event?
Summer's Game
I think
Fest,
it was
maybe.
announced. No, I think
It was.
the
They showed it in like a September event or something.
you know what it is. I think about Alan Wake 2. I think it was announced for a
Mhm.
release date, and then
Probably
they
didn't care.
showed nothing until it was about to release, and then they was just like,
Nah,
hey.
they showed stuff because I remember the initial trailer. They showed the black girl. They showed a lot, but during their initial reveal. But like, when was
Initial
that?
reveal, but I think they didn't. I have no idea when
When
that
the hell
was, to
was
be
it?
honest.
But you know what happened? You know what I think happened? I think that flew under our radars. It definitely flew under
Yeah,
mine, 'cause I
it
didn't really
flew
care about
under
Alan Wake at the
everybody's
time.
radar. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't really care about Alan Wake at the time. I always knew about it. I always wanted to try, but I never played it. So it probably they probably announced
Okay,
that shit a while ago.
so
Hmm?
at the Game Awards 2021,
Yeah.
Alan Wake 2 was officially announced.
Yes,
for
I do
2020.
remember
see,
that.
I knew it. Yeah. So
But we
got
forgot
that
about it.
super
So
late.
So we forgot.
Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of the games that came out this year that are, like, even in our fucking Game of the Year nominees, we didn't even know about until the Game Awards. So we're about to find out next week what's coming out next year. So, shit. Remember when E3 was the event you would watch and be like, damn, let's see what's coming out next year? And now it's
Womp,
like,
womp,
damn,
womp.
Jeff got his fucking,
I
he got the industry in a
I
fucking
think-
vice grip.
Bro,
Yeah, I think
he
there's
got
gonna
my
be-
life wrapped up.
I think there might
I
be
might
some
call Friday off work.
crazy shit.
I ain't
I already did actually. I think there's gonna be some crazy shit Game Awards. I think 2024 might be another crazy year in gaming. To be honest, there's so
Dude,
many
I-
delayed COVID projects. You guys, we don't even know about. To be
Stellar
honest.
Blade, remember that shit?
That shit's coming soon. Apparently, I don't know.
Yep,
Chinese
this month,
game.
this year.
Who
This month,
knows?
This month, actually.
I don't trust Chinese games. That has nothing to
Not Chinese
do.
game, you ape.
It has
Isn't that
nothing to do
Korean
with being
game?
Chinese games. It's not Chinese. Any, you know what I mean.
Korean characters.
Yeah.
Wow! All right, guys.
It's unofficial
Let's keep that
publishers
to Mario Kart.
games. Let's go. It's not kanjis. Let's go.
Wow.
Hey, yo.
You guys know what
But
I
yeah.
mean, because it's the same thing. Like what was it? What was the game that was not Neo? It was a Neo type game that got dropped. What was it, Despair?
Hmm?
The Neo type game that got dropped. That was.
Oh, I don't remember.
It
I
wasn't
didn't
Wild
really- I
Hearts.
didn't really
It
follow
was
it.
Wild Hearts ended up
Sure,
being
so-
hot trash, by the way.
Neo.
You sure we're still not talking about Stellar Blade?
No,
Nah.
not Celebrate. There was a game
Neo
that got dropped.
Really?
I don't
Why
know
is
about
it-
that, but
Why,
I
what?
know. There's Stellar Blade. There's that Journey to the West game that I keep forgetting the name of.
Wukong.
Yeah, something like
Maybe
that.
it was Wuhong. Maybe it was
you
Wuhong.
think, yeah, Wulong
That's
Fallen
not out yet.
Destiny.
Wulong,
That's
maybe
not
it was
out.
that.
That's
But that was an EA
Look,
game,
I'm
no?
sorry, that game looks phenomenal, and the fact that they at least they show
Oh,
gameplay.
right, yeah,
At
no,
least
right.
they finally show gameplay. That game it looks good. We won't know until it comes out. I'm not gonna hold judgment.
Right.
The game looks better than when that game drops. If I'm not streaming by the time that game drops, I'm just gonna go fall to place on Earth somewhere because that game. I remember. I think I watched that reveal on the stream, and I was like rolling over in my fucking chair. My chair fell over and everything.
Yeah.
That game looks freaking phenomenal.
But we need to see actual game
We need to
play,
see
right?
what
Like we
that-
need
that
to
Sony
see
game-
that.
It wasn't a Sony game. They picked it up. I always forget the name. What the hell?
Me too.
It looks like Devil May Cry.
Right.
Oh,
Wait, you talking about the one with that one person made that game? or
No.
some shit?
No.
yeah, I
Not that
think
one, not that
Lost Soul Aside.
Soul,
Lost Soul
they
Aside.
Soul Aside. I was about to say,
Yeah.
yeah, Lost Soul
Yeah.
Aside. That's exactly
Bro,
it.
like I'm waiting for that game. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so look, man. If anything, forgot the name of the devs. MiHoYo, Genshin Impact devs. If anything,
Yep.
Oh fuck.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Because they've been putting in work. That new
Mhm.
game that
They
they
have.
just that Zenless Zone Zero, that shit look fire. Like, so they're gonna have to hold it. They're gonna have to put the Chinese devs on they fucking back. Show them how to do it, because a lot of their games look crazy. Like, if they come out and they're good, that's gonna be like a new era in gaming, because we never really got a lot of Chinese developed games.
That's what I'm saying.
We should be
So
getting
amazing.
news about Stellar Blade,
gonna be a
because
new era,
isn't
man.
the posted release date supposed to be December 2023?
Stellar
No,
Blade
no,
will
no,
come out
They
this
pushed
fall.
it back. They pushed it back.
Supposedly
Oh, they
like-
pushed it. Of course they pushed
It's
it.
in next year, supposedly. Now.
Of course
You
they
saw
did.
you saw the polygons on that ass.
We
That
know.
shit gonna
Yeah,
be
we know they did. We still haven't gotten
Yeah,
Wukong, the Wukong
Look.
game, right?
The real answer is
That's not
the
coming out.
polygons on that booty. The PS5 can't handle, so they're waiting for the PS5 Pro.
Yeah.
To try to make
Ha!
sense of all of it,
Imagine.
and so they're waiting.
Speaking of polygons, how many polygons do you think that Netflix is gonna have in dropping the GTA trilogy on
No, I'm gonna
Netflix?
buy that shit on Netflix.
What?
Damn.
They don't need to buy it. It's gonna be on their Netflix
Oh, you just
account.
stream it? Oh, you just play it? Oh, okay.
Yes.
So I'm gonna need the numbers when that shit. I'm gonna need the numbers.
I actually don't know. I actually don't know if that's what they're
You
gonna
know,
do, but I
No.
assume that's
When
what
it
they're gonna
comes
do.
out- So here's my thing, right? A few years ago, it was actually probably longer, and they announced that they were gonna do that gaming push or whatever, and they were
Mhm.
like, it was news that they were buying studios or whatever, and we saw nothing of it. We saw like mobile looking stuff, and keep in mind, 4 or 5 years ago when they did announce that they were going into gaming ventures, it was a totally different Netflix. Not like
Yeah.
Netflix was almost at its fucking right. Netflix peaked years ago. Like Netflix right now is not the same Netflix from 5 years. So
No.
I don't see them going. Shit, where they gonna get the money from to fucking buy studios and venture into fucking like? They're not going, right? So them putting out 3 old ass games, like that's like Apple putting those games out on the fucking Apple Store like back in 2011 or whatever. Great, they exist there. I'm sure lots of people are gonna play them. Actually, apparently the GTA games are really good on like the Apple Store or whatever. So I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna shit on it. But if it was something new, I would be like, cool. Who the fuck cares about Let me not say who cares. Obviously, I love those games. Everyone knows, everyone loves those games, right? But At this point, who the fuck cares? What the hell? Like,
You know,
what is that gonna do?
It's a little weird, right? Because in the sense of like, we don't know the inner details of how this thing is exactly going to work.
let's see.
As in, like, is this part of the normal like pricing, or is this like an upgrade? Hey, if you upgrade to Netflix games, then you can play games and do this. Because a lot of people have been complaining about the raising subscription prices of Netflix.
Like of all the companies to put out games on their shit, right? The company that raises their price every fucking 2 days, you think they're gonna like? Oh wait, hold on. GTA Trilogy contains 3 games. Okay, it's free. Wait, there's a Hold on.
So it's free to a Netflix subscription? Is that what we
The
got?
game collection will be no extra cost for Netflix subscribers on the App Store and Google Play.
Okay.
Wait. So
Wait,
does that just mean that if you have a Netflix account, you can
That's
get
what I was
these
gonna
games
say.
for
Hold
free?
on. The game collection will
Yes.
be of no extra cost to Netflix subscribers on the App Store and Google Play Store, and be one of the more robust selections on Netflix's video game library, which includes more than 80 games. Since when?
Since when?
No, the Netflix. Listen, hold up, time
There's a
out,
gaming
guys. I'm gonna have to
section
stop
on
y'all. Yes, there has been
Take
a
a look. You
gaming
open Netflix.
section on Netflix for several months now because they
Okay,
have
months. Okay, so I don't
they have
see it.
announced that they're moving into the gaming territory.
Yeah, what is it?
And that's been their thing where it's just they've kind of take this is the hold on, if you guys remember, do you guys remember Ouya?
Yeah.
They've kind of taken over the Ouya mix of things where it's just kind of like if you could run it on your device, you get the game because it's part of our
Yeah, but where's the game?
Netflix, you know what I mean?
Like
Netflix
I don't-
games.
I'm on Netflix. I'm on the Netflix site right now, and I don't see any.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
the
'cause-
that's the problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Netflix does not make this easily accessible.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the
That's
thing.
the- that's the crux.
That's why I said who cares? Because like, if they're gonna make
People
this
would
push to be like,
care.
yeah, you get this game, right? I mean, to be fair, look, I already said we're moving into that era where we're gonna get games like this. They're gonna be streaming whatever the fuck. But if that was the case, that'd be great. That isn't the case in this situation, right? This is just saying, hey, you probably get like a voucher to play this game on fucking Play Store or whatever. But I want to see. I click on Netflix.com right now. I want to see. I see TV shows, movies, new and popular. I want to see games. Like where's the game section at? If they're gonna do that, if they're gonna put this out in the open, I should be like, oh, I get GTA for free. Let me go on Netflix right now and play that shit. Oh, it's not here. Where do I have to go to get it? Like, what the fuck? Hello? If I was an average person, I would not even care. I'd be like, oh, I don't see it on here. Maybe it's not here yet. Like,
Okay, so and then just to clarify, like I'm pretty like good with tech and stuff like that, right? So Thanksgiving, all I did was sit on my
you
ass
lying?
and watch TV. Bro, come on. Am I better than like an 80-year-old? Am I better? All right. Anyway, so all right, so so I was watching
An
Netflix
80-year-old.
this entire time. Well, I'm just saying, bro. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
I
like,
got you.
and I'm not an idiot when it comes to technology. Like, I can choose shit.
No, you're good, you're
That's
good.
basically the point that I was making. But like, I was looking at Netflix like this entire fucking time on the cable box with the smart TV, all that, and I scrolled through everything because I spent like 2 hours picking out something to watch, and nowhere in there did I see games at all.
Yep.
So I don't even know where it is, but it's obviously that they're hiding it. Like, what do they? Like, maybe they only show the games if you're on a console or on a PC or something.
I
don't
wish
know,
I
but
could
for-
show my
right now.
my cell phone screen right now. It is if you log into Netflix and you scroll down,
Okay, I will do
this is the
Scroll
second,
down.
the first row that is under. Once you log in your profile, the first row is mobile games, and then there's a bunch of mobile games that you can scroll through
You're
and
right.
download.
You're right. You're right. That's the
I'm
first
not
thing.
wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
mobile
first
game,
thing. They're
farming
pushing it.
simulator.
It's normie games.
Okay, yeah, it is. It is. All right, all right. But
Well,
how do
may-
you
but-
play these?
but- but I
wait,
think-
hold on, wait a minute. They have 12 minutes here. Hold on. Let me click on.
Do they have 12
Is
minutes there? Hold on, let me see.
Let me click on this. quick.
12 minutes is a
Game.
godlike game. I will play
See,
that
This
100%.
is the problem. This is the problem.
I see
I
low
don't
tier
wanna
God
hear
simulator.
shit.
Too hot to handle.
I'm dead. I don't want to hear shit about the gaming on Netflix if it's not me clicking on the game and it's streaming immediately. Not,
Yes.
I click on, like what I just did. I click. It says get game. I click on the game. It takes me to the Google Play Store. Nah, bro.
I don't like that. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't like that.
I'm already. I never even did this before. And I just did it for the first time, and I'm already turned off.
Exactly. And that's their problem. Look, 12 minutes. I find 12 minutes. Get game.
You know
download the app just like any other app.
Let me not say normies. I don't want to offend the normies. Actually, whatever. I don't care. Fucking.
We don't care about
the problem,
normies.
right? For normies, cool, right? But for me, why would I open Netflix to fucking play a game when I have the
If I could
Xbox
just play
app,
the game.
when I have
Like if I could just play
Xbox
the
Game
game.
Pass Ultimate? No, I'm not even just play the game. I have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. I could just play the cloud version of the game on my phone right now. I don't gotta go through the bullshit. I don't have to install the game. Like,
Time out. It did take. Hold on, because I'm installing 12 minutes right now. So it does take you to the store. It's like, hey, go to the Apple. Like it goes to the Apple iOS. I think that's a technicality. That's not Netflix's fault. It takes you to the app store of the device, and then because I've downloaded 12 minutes, no problem. I can open it. And hold on. I'm just checking.
like,
I just opened the app. Yes, I opened the app. It gave me a Netflix logo and then booted the game. So I'm running the game right now.
The game and you're playing it, but you're not necessarily attached to Netflix. Is what I'm saying. Like it being.
I don't know. Hold on. Let me check. I can't say for sure. Okay.
No, you can say for sure because you have to go to the Google Play Store to download the game. Like,
I listen. I agree, but I don't because now. If I look at my screen, right, like I'm looking at my app list and it has 12 minutes on my apps, right? This is my apps. It says 12 minutes, but there is a Netflix logo in the upper left-hand side of that app.
That doesn't mean anything.
It does. It means it's like you know what it is? This is what it is. It is a PS Plus kind of thing where you only have access to that app because of your subscription.
That doesn't make any sense though because you have access to that app on a PlayStation. That's totally different.
I agree.
Yes, you have access to. Yes, of course you have access to the app. You're on a PlayStation.
But it depends on
the Netflix box or something.
I think it depends on the device that which you're downloading the app. That's all it is.
This is the thing. You're missing my point. When I personally say, when I hear Netflix gaming, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to open Netflix. If I see a game, I want to click on it. It's basically like another fucking launcher, right?
I don't disagree with you.
And Steam
exactly.
and
I agree. That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
That's like, you know what that's like? And we all know about this. You buy a game on Steam, right?
Mm-hmm.
You click on it, you open it, and it opens an EA launcher or opens a Ubisoft launcher or some shit like that.
Yes.
So basically, what was the point? Like, yeah, it's to consolidate and have all your shit on Steam, right? But it's still silly at the end of the day.
Yes.
Like, I
think how it should run.
Game, that shit better stream. That shit better start
Yeah,
right now.
I think how it should run, and I think they should let you know if it's not gonna run like that. But how it should run is if you open up Netflix and you're just like, I'm going to download this game, it will tell you right there, this game is going to run on an outside launcher. If not, if not, you can download it and run it through the app, and then you just run it, and it will tell you, hey, this game will not run on your device, because they have to be particular. Not all games are going to run on phones, you know what I mean? Like, or Apple TVs. You know what I'm saying?
If
they can.
It was streaming.
Ooh.
So that's the thing.
Oh, but they need to alert you to that. This game is going to run, but via stream through.
Bro, so listen.
You know, they need to be very particular.
I'm speaking. They don't have to. They need to put more money into this shit and think more about this shit before they. Which, in all honesty, Netflix doesn't give a fuck about this. Especially
they
not
don't.
now.
They don't.
But thing is,
they got GTA on there.
I
they
started
don't
off
care.
by saying Netflix is a streaming service, right? Steam is not a streaming service. When we go on Steam, we know we have to sit there and download a game first before we can play it, right? Most normies, most people that fucking are on Netflix, they want to click on something and it start instantly, right? It's a streaming service. That's what I want from Netflix gaming. There's some of these games are like little fucking like Farmville or some other shit. Why can't I fucking just stream this game? You know why? Because Netflix doesn't have the fucking infrastructure shit yet. So,
Yep.
and they're not going to with the way they're going. If Netflix was still on the trajectory they were years ago, I could see it happening. Not now though. Like, but
Yeah.
so that's my only gripe. Where it's like, cool, I can get the Grand Theft Auto collection. Anybody that's interested in that shit has it somewhere else. If they wanted
Yeah.
to play it on their phone, they have it somewhere on their phone. It's been on the Google Play Store for fucking a decade. They have it, right?
And
Me being
yeah.
able
And-
to open up Netflix and play the game through Netflix makes no difference. Like, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Very weird.
And then
It's very weird.
not only that, but do me a favor. Next time you guys are on your TVs, your smart TVs, look at the game shit again.
Where's
See
my
how that
fucking
works.
remote? I never know where my remote is.
I'm gonna try it.
But
I will.
I'm gonna look
But
right now.
even we'll do a follow up report on this. But like even if you can, it's just kind of weird because it's like even if I want to play the game and it's on Netflix and that's convenient, what's inconvenient is that I don't want to play on a fucking remote.
Hold on.
So,
No. Because most of these things have controller. You can
you
Bluetooth controllers.
You
yes.
can
Yeah.
Bluetooth it.
Like, I have my
Mm.
controller paired to my TV. But here's the thing. This is the point I was trying to make, right? So yeah, I can click on the Netflix app right now, right? And a normie would absolutely do that, right? Because they on Netflix all the time anyway, right? So they'll click on Netflix, open up Netflix. Oh, look, a game, cool. I feel like playing Farmville real quick. That's fine, right? But me personally, like, I just opened up my apps. Steam Link, hello. Game Pass, hello. PS Remote Play. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I open up Netflix to play a game, but I have these other options? Like, why would I do this? Like,
It just seems to me that Netflix is trying to justify their higher subscription price.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and because the stuff that they're doing coming out or whatever, they're spending billions on it, right? And it's not necessarily turning.
Oh wait, hold on. They got a
I
Rabbids
don't know.
game on here. See, here's my problem. Like, oh my god, bro, if this would be so cool to me if I could just stream the game, because I just opened Steam Link, boom, on my TV. I could just pair my controller to my TV, boom, stream Steam Link shit on my TV, right? Obviously my PC's hooked up to my TV, so that makes no sense, but the option is still there. Like, so it's like, why the fuck would I open up Netflix? But I get it's all of the shit. Netflix just needs, you know what I was thinking? We always say this, right? When we talk about like Stadia and all the streaming services or whatever, we're like, yeah, it's basically the gaming Netflix, right? Like, that's how much mind share Netflix had at one point, and I don't think they have that. Well, they do, but it's definitely dwindling. Like, especially with all these other fucking streaming services and shit out there, right? It's definitely dwindling. But I don't know. I mean, we're making a bigger deal about it than they probably don't give a fuck. They're probably just like,
No.
let's just add that shit to the shit, right? And then anybody that fucking plays their games, even if they have to go through the Google Play Store, right? Anyone that has to play their game, maybe they get a kickback or something. Like, I don't know. Who knows, man?
I think Follow
very
was
weird choice.
definitely hitting the nail on the head, where it's just like we need to
There's no
inflate
gaming on the
why
Smart TV
we're
app.
improving or we're increasing our subscription prices, right? Like, I think that's what it is. It's like, hey, you guys have access to
They gotta do more
Netflix
than that.
gaming, and you guys have access to the whole GTA series if you have a device that can run Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but how many motherfuckers are gonna care?
nobody cares.
Yeah, and then-
Nobody actually
then-
cares, but it's the reason that they're justifying the
Mhm.
increase
Yeah,
in
of course.
price.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what it is.
Well,
course.
yeah, they're trying to do that, right? And you don't remember the bullshit where like the whole password sharing debacle, which
Not
those
true.
you don't know, like
I mean, that's not true. It's thank God they fucking.
well,
actually,
look, they
wait.
went back on it. No, they went back on it, and then now they're trying to reestablish it
Yeah,
again.
yeah. I read that. I was like,
So-
man, what the?
Yeah,
don't learn.
and then it's even getting to the point where, like, say you travel a lot or whatever. So
Mhm.
you have a Netflix account, you want to listen to travel. So now you have to do some stupid bullshit to move your account to be like, oh, I'm traveling. Because if they see
I
you
heard
at
about
from a different location from your house location,
That's so
Then-
stupid.
yeah, now you become inconvenient and more expensive. So you want to do all this bullshit to justify your higher price? Why don't you just service the customer? You know, like, Jesus, man. It's just crazy. It's just a bunch of bullshit they're just trying to do to justify their prices. And I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work because most people are, a lot of people watch Netflix are the older crowd anyway, and they don't necessarily, you know, wanna. I don't know, man. I mean, it's like, like.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I get disappointed easily by things, and it's like I like watching stuff on Netflix and all that, right? But I've never been like the Netflix guy where like I'm on Netflix. Like if I'm not gaming, I'm on Netflix. Like that's not on YouTube and doing other shit. So like I'm sure if I was though, because it was a time where I was like on Netflix, religious. I'm sure I would be like, oh man, that's cool. But I would always be like, that's kind of inconvenient, right? Because that's kind of inconvenient because why would I want to play GTA on Netflix when I could play GTA on every other device I owned it on?
Right. No, it makes sense. I mean, cool, I guess, but I think Netflix needs to do a lot more to kind of justify their prices. I don't think this is the route they should take because there's so many other services that do this better. And
yeah.
So like, what's the point? But
could you imagine if Netflix just said, oh, blah blah blah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Your repeat what you just said. You kind of broke up on us.
No, I was saying, imagine if Netflix, like, we're putting out GTA, you can just stream it directly, no download. You know how good, how great that would be?
Convenient. It'd be very convenient, and I wouldn't have to think about it. I'd be like, oh, okay, this is great.
Especially right now. You know why it's very underwhelming? Because we're in the midst of like Sony cloud streaming, Xbox Cloud, all this other shit, right? GeForce Now, all this stuff, and Netflix is just like, oh, here, download our games on Boy.
Yeah.
So,
and I think it's a really slippery topic to discuss because it's just kind of like, well, like they're just offering it, right? Like they don't give a shit if it performs well or anything like that. It's literally just an offering. And if we're
they're
talking
not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, they're not doing anything wrong. They're just offering a license, basically.
More than that. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
And there are people that are gonna absolutely enjoy this. They're gonna be people that are just like, oh, I could play this with just my Netflix. I don't have a gaming PC. I don't have a modern console, and I could hop on maybe my phone and play GTA. And if they have a good enough phone, they can. I think
obviously there are people out there.
I think there are. It's a minority. I don't think it's a majority.
Like the majority of people.
Yeah, I don't think it's a majority.
GTA have a phone that they can download GTA on.
I think this is for people who are just like, wow, man, I haven't played games in a long time. Oh, Netflix got GTA? Man, I used to love that game. I could play it again. You know what I mean?
That person didn't see GTA in the Google Play Store.
And didn't get
Possibly, if they don't care.
If you have a phone and you went to Google Play to
I know
Netflix,
listen.
You probably saw like
in one of the many GTA clones that they have on there too. Like, there's so many GTA clones. But like I think also, like I said, like I think this is a ploy to justify increase in subscription fees.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
But like the whole subscription thing fee is a whole nother topic in itself, because it's been more of it's an interesting thing that I've discovered where my subscription has never increased for sharing passwords. Mm-hmm. And the reason being is because I have the 4K subscription tier.
Yeah.
And because of that, it's not applicable to that tier. It's only applicable to the poor tiers. If you think about it, if we're being real, it's applicable to the poor tiers. Oh, you just got HD, you gotta pay.
You got caught lacking already?
Yeah, you got caught lacking already. Your subscription is not a higher tier. You gotta pay for sharing your fucking subscription piece. Because when I actually looked into my Netflix subscription, because I share it with my sister, when I looked into it, I'm like, wait, how come I haven't been hit with anything? It's because I pay for 4K streaming and streaming on... Because when you pay for 4K streaming, you pay for streaming on multiple devices. Yeah. So At that point, they don't give a shit if you password share because you're paying for it already. You're paying for 4 devices to stream on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I think this whole thing is sus. For
That's a
it's
scummy-
attacking poor people, basically. Is what I want to say.
I don't know. They're just putting little weird games on front. It's like Facebook having all those.
But,
Oh,
but at the
Farmville?
same time,
Yeah.
why
like-
why would you pay for a 4K shit if you only have like you know what I'm saying? I don't know everyone's situation, but you know.
What do you mean?
Well, like, why would you pay for like the 4K thing if, like, say you only have like a 1080p screen or whatever?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're not quite up with the times, like, you know, me. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I have to pay? Like, cause how much is that 4K in comparison to the basic?
Yeah, he outed
The
himself.
basic is like 22 in these days.
I don't even
right?
remember how much it is, bro. Shit just comes out of my shit.
Well,
now.
the current description is like 22, 25 now, or some shit. Like now, the basic.
Really?
So, yeah,
That's crazy.
that's what I'm
I think
saying.
mine's like $20.
Yours is cheaper because you probably signed up for it before, like in a year or two. They're gonna fucking
Standard with
boost it.
ads, $6.99. Standard, $15.49. Premium, $22.99.
Oh, so the premium is 22.
Mhm.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, the premium.
But yeah. So
Still
it's
shit,
just.
but whatever.
I mean,
Mhm.
they're gonna raise it in a year or two from now anyway. They've done it every year.
Every
So
year.
I'm gonna watch
Same thing
all
with
that
Disney
shit
Plus.
somewhere else. I think the only thing I'm paying for right now is YouTube Premium. I just let go of my
I've
Disney Plus because I don't
considered it.
even watch anything on there anymore.
Yeah. I think my tactic now is I wait for a bunch of shows that I'm gonna watch, and then I'll pay for maybe like a month.
Shit, I pay for
and then
Crunchyroll more than I pay for fucking Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Not
The
wrong. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think they should focus on other things, and but you know, if they can make it work and make it streamlined or whatever for, you know, that 80-year-old person who complained about their kids playing GTA, turn it off, and then one day they're alone in the house, and then they're like, I wonder what this GTA thing is about, and then they boot it up, and then, you know, blow their minds. There you go. I wrote your commercial.
Yeah,
Netflix.
right before. Yeah, coincidentally, right before the new GTA trailer is about to drop, right?
Right.
Excellent.
At the Game Awards. But
yeah, right.
ultimately,
I just want more from cloud. I want more from that. Like, yeah, I always want. I want that cloud gaming future where it actually works. I just tried. I got a free sub to GeForce Now, and that shit's actually fucking pilot.
Nah, I mean, GeForce was definitely one of the better ones. I think it's just infrastructure too, right? I'm pretty sure, like, if you're in Korea, like, that shit would run fine. Anywhere else would run fine. U.S., yeah, Florida runs fine. You know, where you guys are at runs fine. For me, yeah, not there yet.
Rip.
well,
So
For-
yeah, well, we'll see what happens.
if we're gonna talk about the things that Netflix are pushing and other things that agencies are pushing, it's just ads coming at you. You know what ads are coming at you? Ubisoft ads in gameplay. What's a going on?
Excellent. That's what. So, yeah, I think that they're blowing that shit out of proportion. I think that particular incident was actually a bug. It
I hope
wouldn't surprise me coming from Ubisoft though.
Yeah,
But
Ubisoft is kind
the
of
way
like
that
the new
that
EA,
happened,
right?
yeah, the way that happened, that was a bug. But like I said, like off fucking screen, man, we've been seeing in-game ads for the past like decade. Ever since games went online, we've been getting ads for the new game. Like, if you're playing last year's version of a game, it'll be like, oh yeah, this game's available now, blah blah blah. Crap, before Modern Warfare 3 came out, all we saw was Modern Warfare 3 beta in a few days. Oh, Modern Warfare 3 launches in next week, blah blah blah. That's all you ever see. So it's like, what the fuck do you expect? I don't know, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a complicated issue. Like it's been going on for a long time. But I think when it comes to, like, say, like, free to play games or whatever, and an ad pops up, I'm not exactly salty about it because I'm playing the game for free, right? Like that's like my attitude about it. It's like, well, I'm playing the game for free, like whatever, right? Even if I'm playing like a full price game that I pay $70 for, if there's like a Pepsi banner on like, you know, whatever on the wall or something, it's not gonna kill me, right? But if it's something that disturbs my fucking gaming experience, as in what happened in that video, and let's just say it's a mistake, okay, cool, well then it better get ironed out real quick, because like if you paid for like a $70 game, you paid for that experience for the game. Why the fuck am I getting
so
ads on
funny.
it?
I could just
Like,
imagine
that's so-
playing a game right now and just being like, oh shit. I'm in the middle.
Like
I'm on a killer
Bro.
streak in COD. Yo, might have went for a
Yes.
4. Right, it's available now. But that's just funny.
and then you
as
get
shit.
headshotted
Like, and-
because
and-
your body's still there, and the other people aren't hitting ads.
I'm gonna
and
give
then
them
you
the
get
benefit of the
headshotted.
doubt.
And that's the
because
thing.
That's way too silly.
And
to
that's the
just
thing.
pop up in the middle
Right.
of a fucking game.
Absolutely. Like Follow brings up a good point. And you know, like there's a lot of good points out there where it's just there are games that if this is the experience you sign up for in your licensor agreement, you know how games have you sign those UELAs right at the start of the game. If you're signing up for an experience with ads, right, like you're signing up for that shit. However, you need to understand what type of game you're signing up for and what type of game. Like that's absolutely the point. If it's a free to play game, then you might be able to be like, hey, all right, I'm gonna be hit with some ads. Like Fortnite's been doing that shit for years.
Everything has ads. Every game has ads.
Yeah,
Literally every game has
Fortnite's
ads.
been doing that shit for years.
Any
Where
game that
whenever
connects
they
you to
had
an
a
online
fucking
service has
whenever
ads.
they had a loading screen, there's an ad. However,
Open up your favorite game right now. There's gonna be an ad.
absolutely.
It might even be having an ad. You boot up Cyberpunk. You don't have the DLC. New DLC available now. That's an ad, by the way. That is a form of an ad.
That is an ad.
Like,
there are ads out there. However, at least in the gaming sphere, there are not ads in a paid game, like a $70 paid experience. To my knowledge, there are not ads that are going to interrupt your experience like a YouTube double ad where you need to skip that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like where it's like, oh shit, you're in the middle of your video.
Mid game, yeah, not mid game, yeah, but they are there. Like I can pull up. What the fuck was I playing?
Rainbow Six. I bet.
Nah, I'm talking about just straight up single player shit. I mean, look, let's be real. Come on, Ubisoft.
Rainbow Six has hella ads.
shit
That's
anyway.
a Ubisoft experience again.
I don't think there's a game that I've played that we didn't have some sort of ad somewhere in the game. Like, I'm not talking about product placement. Like when you say like having a Pepsi banner or something.
No,
that's
not
placement.
product placement. I'm
Like-
talking about like full on
Like,
watch
when
this movie or play this game.
yeah, usually most 95% of the time, you open up a game, there's gonna be an ad in like a corner somewhere of the screen, or you'll have the pop up that'll pop up like when we hop on Call of Duty, the shit pops up. It would be like, oh yeah, the Vault Edition for whatever, right? Or
Yeah.
it'll be like buy the season pass or whatever. You boot up a fighting game, it'll be like it'll be like in the bottom corner. Like I remember in Street Fighter 5, when you turn on Street Fighter 5, like on the main
the
menu, it would
advertisements on
show
the
like the
characters.
ads
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
season pass and the DLC costumes and all that shit, right? Like
Yeah.
this has been a thing forever.
I
But,
feel like
I said,
season
having
pass
shit pop
things
up,
though. Sorry,
that's- I'm talking
season
about
pass
ads.
things.
that
Yeah,
is an
you know,
ad. We're talking
those
about
are
and
ads,
the way they
but
pop up in games.
I do
Like,
think
I'm not
season
using that- I'm not
pass.
saying that specifically. I'm saying that's how ads usually
Okay.
pop up in a game.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Or there are what other games? Fuck, there was something else that was like really
Yeah.
that did this shit a lot, and it had nothing to do with like games. It would be like random shit. I forgot what the fuck.
I
game
mean,
it was,
Street
but it
Fighter
was
5 had an
terrible with that
Arby's
shit.
commercial for sure.
Oh, that's
See, but
That's crazy.
that's the difference though. I feel like if you're advertising things that are in your own
You want to
game,
advertise what you eating right now?
sure.
Damn, got him.
What you eating?
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Listen, I'm eating a McDonald's triple cheeseburger, but if you want to advertise
expect-
something in your game that's within your content, like if we wanted to advertise something, that's one thing, because I feel like that's expected. No?
Weren't they playing an Assassin's Creed game?
Yeah, good point. However, it's just more of a thing where it's like the Street Fighter thing, because Street Fighter had that thing where it was just like, hey, this game is out here for people, and we're gonna have ads for Capcom Cup for
Does anybody know?
Arby's or other shit. Like, but they had people. You had to like turn that on though. There was an option to turn that on or off. No.
No. You boot it into the main menu of Street Fighter 5. It's right there in the big ass square, right in your face. But
wait. There's two.
If Street Fighter 5 has an ad for Street Fighter 6 in there, then I'm sure none of us have turned on Street Fighter 5 since Street Fighter 6 came out, right?
It probably does, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the same thing,
I'm gonna
right? Go ahead.
Let me say this. So in Street Fighter 5, there's two different types of advertising, right? There's ones during the loading screen, blah 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 blah.
I forgot about those. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's the one you can turn off.
That's the one.
Turn off. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's also ones that you can put advertisement on your costumes, but you get, which is the smart thing that they did. Like, you get like more battle points or whatever, so you can spend. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, if you wear this advertisement, you get more.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about those though. I'm talking about the one that's like when you turn the game. I'm talking about the one where you turn the game on. It's literally right on the main menu. Like, it's literally the top. It's literally the top right square of the screen that's selling you shit. Like,
yeah. It's usually something in their store or something or whatever.
Do we know, like, so his do we know that it says, I'm pretty sure probably in that box when you turn Street Fighter 5 on, right? It probably says Street Fighter 6 available now. I'd be very surprised if it didn't. Like,
you know,
I would hope.
I will say that in my experience.
But you said you would hope, right? But doesn't that kind of go against what, like, the point of what we're saying? Like, we're saying it sucks, but it sucks if that would have popped up.
No.
Yes.
Because we're talking. I feel like we're talking about a couple of different things here, and I'll be blunt. I'll be like, this is no. It's not that an ad is an ad, right? Because we can talk about ads and what type of ads there are. That doesn't matter. What actually matters is the placement of the ads.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it doesn't matter what the ad is. No, it doesn't matter what the ad is. I can have an ad for McDonald's. I can have an ad for the triple cheeseburger that I have. Yeah. Ad and an ad. But what is that placement though? Because if it's while you're running towards an objective and it's like the game's like, oh, you're having some downtime anyway, brother. Hold this ad. That's bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. That's
bullshit.
Shit, and that's the part that I'm pretty sure that was a bug, right? But that's not the point that the majority of people are fucking saying. No. Ads and games.
And I think people are focused on the wrong. Yeah, I think the people are focused on the wrong thing.
That's not the.
Like, that's what everyone. That's what everyone is taking it. They're blowing out of proportion.
Yes, like, I agree.
That's not.
Like, okay.
No. That's not what I have an issue with.
Like,
because I don't have an issue with that. That's fine. That's been going on for years. Just accept it. It's part of the whole thing. But there needs to be a line.
Sometimes I hate it.
Yeah, I mean,
experience.
I do hate it, but at the same time, if it's at loading screens, if it's at the start menu, if it's at the like, that's not gonna kill me. But if it's during a game, you know what I mean? Like, especially a game that you pay $70, $100 for, or whatever, during your Call of Duty, during the Cap Cup finals, where it's last round, and then
could you imagine?
Fucking, yes, exactly. And the thing is, it's like,
crazy.
Yeah, people are blowing it out of proportion, and they're kind of blowing it out of proportion about the wrong thing. But at least I'm happy they're blowing it out of proportion, because I want these fucking companies to walk on seashells, if it makes sense. Because
it's not gonna happen.
I don't want them to be like, oh, well, no one's really complaining about it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened.
If people complain about it, they will.
That's why we have ads and shit now, is because no one complained about it. Like, that's exactly why we're having, and it's gonna get worse. Because you know what I hate? Here's what I hate. I spend $1,500 on a TV, right? Now, of course, I know I'm gonna get ads, right? But if I press my fucking button on the TV right now, I'm gonna get an ad for something completely fucking random. Actually, you know what's funny? I got an ad for the fucking Game Awards, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's in my fucking that's in my realm of interest, right? So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm not mad about it, but I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Where'd that come from? Why is that there? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think when I see some of these random ads. I'm like, why the fuck is that there? And it kind of takes you out of it. Like, what the fuck?
You want to know something funny? Not to derail this conversation, but I saw a tweet earlier this week where there was a company that was giving out TVs for free $99. However, you had to agree to their contract, which their contract was that their TV came with a device that's displayed ads nonstop.
Oof.
And you had to have this TV monitored you, it has a camera and it monitored you, and it had to be placed in a room that was your main family TV room. And that was the conditions. And if you broke TOS, you would either have to return the TV or pay $1,000 to the company.
Huh?
Yeah.
Where the fuck was this? China? Let me stop.
This was I think it was called Telly.
I mean, it's probably made in
It was
China.
a Telly TV or something like that. It was a company that they gave you TVs for free. I gotta find the tweet now. The TV, it showed it.
There's gonna be some stipulations. Like, what the fuck? I don't know.
Bro, but
That's
that's
weird.
like that's kind of like the Xbox One Connect all over again. Where people-
It looked
Yeah,
just like
damn.
that, if we're being honest.
Because the issue is like the camera is like, so it's always on, it's always gonna fucking spy on us, or like that's a privacy.
Yeah, that was
issue
a crazy
versus
time.
anything else. You know, so but the thing is, you know, people are so like blah, 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 TV, blah blah blah. They don't care what they sign, right? Like, cause they're idiots. So
Yo,
yeah, man.
hold on. I'm
Wow.
gonna fucking. I have to fucking post this. I click on someone's stream, a very well-known streamer, and this is what I. But anyway, yeah, I'm just saying. I feel like I get like that particular incident is crazy, right? To have a fucking ad just pop up right in the screen while in the middle of the game, that's crazy. But like, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. It is Ubisoft; they do suck ass, but I'll give them the fucking benefit of the doubt that was an accident, that was a bug, because literally nobody wants, literally nobody, right? But when it comes to the whole discussion of having ads and random shit pop up in your games on the screen, we've had this already.
We lost that
People
battle
don't
10
care.
years ago.
Like, yeah, like I don't care. Like, as long as it doesn't
I don't
fucking get in the middle of my shit while I'm in the middle of a gunfight,
Yeah.
or fucking in the middle of a round or whatever.
That's
cool.
and that's what I'm
Like,
saying, and that's
yeah.
what we need to scave Ubisoft. Or, it's like, or because the thing is,
I don't
one
think
company does it.
anybody would let people. I don't think anybody on this planet would let somebody get away with that shit, right? Because think about it this way, right? That's like you pay for Netflix, you pay for Hulu, no ads, and then you get ads. Listen, bro.
I found it. I
Like-
found a tweet.
No,
I found
but
a
the
tweet.
thing is, look, if it's an abrupt change. Okay, hold on, freak. Let me finish my thought. If it's
Okay.
an abrupt change, yeah, of course people are gonna notice it. But like, if it's a gradual change, kind of like similar, bringing it back to Netflix, how they slowly kind of rose their prices. Next thing you know, you're paying like $20. You know what I mean? But that was like a very slow, gradual kind of thing. Imagine they went from $8 to $25 like tomorrow, and then if you didn't pay, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people would be like,
Yeah,
"What the fuck?"
But
you know,
no,
blah blah blah.
you're
blah,
right.
blah.
People
But-
there would be outraged, but you got to think about it this way, right? Even if there was outrage, there's still gonna be those people that are not gonna care, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, they raised their price, cool." I don't think there's anybody that plays games that would be okay with an ad popping up in the middle of the game.
In the
I don't
middle
think
of the
anybody
game.
would
no.
be okay with that. When
Well-
it comes to Netflix and subscriptions, there are people that just won't care. Like I personally, they can raise the price. I don't care. I use Netflix enough.
Look,
I'm probably gonna use
If
it.
you
I'm
if you
premium,
pause
they
the
raise the
game,
price.
sure.
Like, No. If you pause the game, yeah, and it shows up on the corner of the screen or whatever.
Yes.
If the ad
if you
pops up
pause it, but if it paused up in the
involuntarily,
middle of
like-
gameplay, like out of nowhere, interrupting your shit, that's a problem.
Yeah, no,
That's a
what I
huge
have an
problem.
issue
Yeah,
with.
but I'm sorry. I don't think anybody, like, I will be so fucking disappointed in everybody if we allowed that to happen. I don't think there's no way in fuck. You see how big this shit got? There's no way that we wouldn't allow that shit.
Okay,
That would not happen.
okay.
Like-
Let me ask you some real question. If this shit happened in Call of Duty, would you not buy another Call of Duty game ever again?
Call of Duty
because-
is kind of
because- Depends
No,
on
no,
how-
no.
if it was a
Because look,
one-time
I'm
thing
gonna
like
be
this,
no,
I'd
no,
be
no.
like, all right,
During
whatever.
gameplay, just like Ubisoft, just
No.
how it happened.
no.
No,
I would,
because-
no one.
Because
no
the
way.
thing is, people say a bunch of shit of like, oh, these things should improve and blah blah blah. But you gotta really put your money where your mouth is, and it's
Yeah.
gonna really be telling. Like if you fucking like you're like, oh
Listen,
man, I don't want that.
we
Bruh,
can shit
if
on
an ad
COD,
popped up and I
we can-
die,
we can talk
I'm
about
done.
COD and all- Look, here's the thing, right? Let me actually combat that with this, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about COD specifically. You know how many times we shit on COD, we say this game is trash, and we still buy it, right? So people are saying, oh yeah, you guys would buy it even if it was the worst game. No, we wouldn't. The only reason we buy it is because COD is not bad, right? It's cool to shit on COD nowadays, right? I'm just using this as an example. Like, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm just using this as an example, right? Like, it's cool to shit on COD as like nowadays, right? So when people play COD, people are like, oh man, well, you bought that same game from last year, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, because the core game's still good. The core game's still fun, right? Everybody that plays COD can agree on that. But I guarantee you, if they started putting if they made the game complete garbage, right? Or if they started putting out random ass fucking ads, like we were just talking about the middle of a game, I guarantee you that will be the end of fucking COD, bro. Like,
yes.
There's no way in fuck.
I'm gonna ground this conversation back to reality, where it doesn't matter the quality of the game. It could be any online game that you play. If it's an online multiplayer experience, if you're interrupting an online multiplayer experience, if you were like, hey, you're playing this game, it doesn't matter if you paid. If I paid $70 for a game,
even free-to-play games don't
exactly.
Game
if there was a that's the thing. If there was a free-to-play game, if it was Fortnite, let's say if I was a Fortnite enjoyer, and I fucking loaded in and I wanted to go to OG Fortnite, and I'm zooming into Tilted Towers, and I land, and the first chest I open is hit with hey, are you enjoying this game? Would you bro, I would uninstall fucking fast. I would uninstall immediately. It doesn't matter what the game is. If that's a multiplayer experience. If it's a single player experience and I'm hit with that, I'm doing the same thing. It's just as bad. It doesn't matter. It's worse because it's a multiplayer experience, because that's a experience where you're trying to actually be competitive against other people.
Search and destroy, it's 1v1.
Oh, you're trying. Listen. I got the perfect example for you. Search and destroy. You load into the map. You drop in there. Guess what? You're the first to pick up the bomb. Oh, you picked up this bomb? I bet you're gonna like this. I'm fucking done. I'm uninstalling that game immediately.
Yeah, I don't think we would allow that to happen. Like, I have at least that much.
I at least have the hope that gamers will not.
I hope so. I hope people. I hope so.
That's so intrusive.
I'm scared of the same shit of like Pokemon, right? Imagine they put advertisements.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not opposed to ads that are not intrusive to the experience.
Exactly.
That's the key. That's the key, bro. If it's intrusive to the experience,
I'm not okay. Okay, yeah, I don't mind it, but I'm kind of like, I'm watching you, motherfucker. Like that's my look. I'm like, like you know what I mean? Like I'm like you're like 2 steps away from me like going buck wild on you, but I'm not
that's
quite
just hella wild.
Right? But no. So you want to know what I think? I don't think it was a bug. I think it's something they wanted to try.
I think they were testing it.
I'm just gonna point it out there. Yeah, I think it's a test. And so they could do, it's a bug, it's plausible deniability, right?
Bro, imagine playing Street Fighter. Imagine playing Street Fighter 6. Oh, you hit this motherfucker with a jumping meaty? Oh, you like meaties? I bet you would like Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
That's crazy, right?
And even if it was a test, that's Ubisoft. Let them do that. No one's
Ubisoft does this shit.
No one's going to get away with it. Not even them. They will not get away with it.
Ubisoft does it, then it goes to EA.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Like,
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Like, I don't think we'd allow that.
I hope.
Okay.
I just hope it
Let
doesn't.
me ask the better question. Would Rockstar be able to get away with that shit?
No.
I don't think anyone could get away with that.
No, I don't.
If it's that intrusive, you gotta understand, with it being intrusive to the experience, like, YouTube ads is one thing, but when you're that intrusive to a gameplay experience, like the whole reason why you're doing what you're doing, I think you're really teetering on a thing where it's like, there's gonna be people that they just don't give a fuck, and there's gonna be people that are just going to stop. They're just going to stop. And you alienate your audience so far that it's a super big risk. You could do it and you could not. And if you do it, you could become the new EA, and good luck.
EA isn't even that though.
EA isn't even that. Exactly. You become the worst EA that EA has ever been, because they've never been that bad.
So here's the thing, and I always say this about the gaming like industry in general, right? We started out in such a way where if we were to introduce things like that, it wouldn't be us that are carrying the gaming industry in the next 20 years. It would be the normies, right? Because there's no fucking way stuff like that would catch on, right? There's no way in absolute fuck. Now, what I will say, and what just came across my mind, is when we actually do get to that future where we're streaming games and shit, y'all realize that's probably the easiest way to do shit like that, is to have ads, like, because we're streaming the shit, right? So it's gonna be like, oh, you got the fucking PS Plus subscription, you don't have premium, all right, well, you're gonna get ads every time you boot up the game. Every loading screen, you gotta click through the ad and you can't progress through the game, blah blah blah. Like, I guarantee that there's gonna be some shit like that happening in the future.
Yeah.
I guarantee it's gonna happen.
I think so.
But I don't know. Like I said, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. It is Ubisoft, so how part of me is like, nah, fuck them. They would do some shit like that. But that's just gonna add more on top of how shit Ubisoft is. Like, come on, everyone knows. It's crazy how everything shifted from EA to Ubisoft now. So whatever, let them keep making more mistakes and looking stupid. All right, like just get them out of the fucking industry. They're not going anywhere, obviously, but like, fuck them. I don't give a fuck about what they're doing. I definitely don't.
Yeah. By the way,
I'm sure Assassin's Creed Mirage was great, but fuck that shit.
I saw where you posted, and low key, I remember falling into that channel randomly. I was like, what the hell is this?
Bro, what is that lot? Let me stop. We're not fucking about no body shaming in here. But damn.
No. But anyway, what's
fuck
next?
Is that? Yeah, it's
Just,
just funny. He just has it paused on that screen. What the fuck?
It really is a bunch of interesting things to discuss, and if we're gonna go in further on things to discuss and criticize, are we gonna discuss Bethesda devs?
Oh yeah, that's funny. I gotta do my research. Actually, you know what? Let me do that now. I need more research into this shit, bro. Where's Starfield?
So, the Bethesda devs.
God, look what just popped up on my fucking Steam.
The Bethesda devs apparently have been on full damage control force, where they've been responding to people's Steam reviews of Starfield. And yeah, they've I could pull up a bunch of reviews, especially the one that we discussed at the start of this stream. But
yeah.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, what's
do,
going on with this? Are they crossing the line? What are they doing? What is going on?
Well,
is it true? Is it even true?
Line.
Yeah, exactly.
But it is kind of weird. Like, okay, it's not weird because there's a lot of devs that, you know, they I see a lot of stuff like this from the smaller devs on Steam. Like, that are trying to be more in tune with their community so that they can make the game better. Games that are in early access, you see a lot of that. Or games that have like very glaring bugs and shit like that. You'll see them. People will post like their concerns in the forums or in the reviews, and then you'll see the devs respond. But it's really weird seeing like a AAA dev. Like, who is this? I want to know who is it. I want to know who it is. Like, just randomly fucking showing up on all the negative Steam reviews, right? Like, just.
Yeah, all the negative
I don't
Steam
know.
reviews. Like, is it a dev? Is it a fan? Like, it's kind of crazy.
It reminds me of like people trying to buy reviews, trying to like buy review scores and shit. Like, let's be real.
Well,
the game is mid. Let me stop.
No, okay, yeah.
Yes.
So there is precedence in this, and I'm gonna compare this industry with the movie industry, right? So there are movies where, and you know, and I don't know if this is a huge surprise for people, but say a movie is a quote unquote going to bomb, quote unquote, or people go to screenings and they see a movie and it's not, then they get terrible reviews, and the critics pan them or whatever. There's usually like the studios will usually either pay people to write good reviews of said movie, especially when they really wanted to do well, and or pay other people to review it favorably, and that,
Yeah, of course.
and so that does happen in the gaming
They do
industry
that in
as
every
well.
medium. Yeah, they do it in every medium. That's why you'll see sites like Rotten
yeah,
Tomatoes.
yeah.
Like,
And so yes, and so there are certain devs here, especially with Steam, you know, because obviously review bombing is a thing. You know, people
Yep.
be review bombing. So devs
which
do
isn't
fight
the
against
case here.
that.
So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not the case here, but I think in here it's just, I don't know. It's kind of weird, right? Because
Yeah, that's why it's weird. Yeah, that's why it's weird to me, right? Because it's not like the game is getting, it's sitting at mixed on Steam right now, from what I'm looking at, right? And we all know that's not very good. Usually when we see mixed, that's for a AAA game, especially like Starfield, you know, fucking highly anticipated, whatever. Seeing it sitting at mixed on Steam is kind of crazy, right? So my whole thing is, it's not like the game is sitting at mixed reviews because of like some things that the devs can just go in and change, right? Like, if there was, like I said, if there was some bugs or something like that, or like a feature was missing and somebody brought it up, and the devs saw it and they were like, oh, okay, we didn't notice that, or something like that, blah blah blah. We'll make sure to fix it in an upcoming patch or something like that, right? That's usually what you'll see. The game is just mid. So like you said, this kind of reminds me of somebody just going in and trying to like, you know, do damage control. That's what it seems like.
PR damage control.
Like, yeah,
exactly.
that's what it seems like.
Exactly. So
I don't know, man. I mean, that's only because it's a AAA dev, right? And that's not really fair, I guess. But like, when you see smaller devs do it, it seems more genuine. But when I see this, I'm like, ew, man, get the fuck out of my shit. Get off my review, bro.
Because you know Bethesda is a huge company, right?
Yeah.
So midway through this corporate bullshit is like one dude being told by like the uppers, you're gonna use your job, you gotta put positive reviews, you gotta, you know, blah 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 blah. Whereas smaller devs, usually coming from the dev lead or someone who's like,
yeah, because usually like 5 people in the damn dev team, so
right,
they
he
can be more intimate
with
the community and shit. Yeah,
right. They have room to do that. So when you see this and then you're getting like a Chat GPT fucking reply of like,
wow.
I think, go ahead, read it.
Bethesda Falcon. I'm not reading this whole paragraph.
well, sum it up.
That's the weird thing to me, is I refuse to believe. Oh wait, no, it's the actual developer label. Oh shit.
So it is them.
It's somebody at Bethesda. That's interesting. So, what did this guy say? This guy, here's the problem. Here's my problem. This is why I mentioned the mixed review thing. This guy's negative review says, I played for 75 hours because I needed the dopamine fix. Looking back, it's a boring story in a boring world. I cannot get over how the one mission I thought would be awesome, finding a ship launched from Earth 200 years earlier, was the most boring thing, blah blah blah. He said, and then the dev, why is that that's a subjective review? You know what I mean? Like, that's this guy's opinion. He didn't like the game.
Yeah.
He played for 75 hours and he just didn't like the game. So I don't feel like that's a review that a dev responds to. You know what I mean? As a dev, you made your game. As a AAA dev, you made your game. You put it out. It's mid. Eat it. You know what I'm saying? Suck that shit up. Your shit mid. The dev isn't responding to the negative reviews that are complaining about like the bugs, some random shit that happened in the game. This guy's responding to people that have like genuine criticism, genuine like opinions, subjective opinions about the game. That's weird to me. I think that's weird. That's like me. That's like, let's say Fallah's a dev, right? Fallah makes a game, and I say, this game sucks, right? Would you respond to that? Why would you respond to that as a developer? Like, people are gonna think your game sucks. Well, not everyone is gonna think your game is great. Like,
yeah,
you can just say, I'm sorry to hear that, but it's not for everybody, or some shit like that. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, right, it depends. That's why it's weird if at AAA level, right? Because imagine you're an independent person, you put your heart, your soul into it, right? And someone doesn't like the game. I can see someone being a little salty about that, right?
You can be salty, but as a professional, that's not the kind of, I'm looking for the comments that are giving me objective things about the game that I can fix, that I can change.
Right.
That's, as a dev, that's what you do. Like, you don't, that's like, you put out a game, right? If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, well, I'm not gonna say the game's not bad. The game's not a bad game. But if people don't like it, if it's mixed, that means some people like it, some people don't. Why respond to the? Why only respond to the from the? Okay, actually, here's a good one. Boring, empty, soulless, unpleasant to play. Todd told me I'd be exploring space, not fast travel menus. Blah blah blah. Right? The game's design is so fundamentally flawed that I don't think the mining community would be able to fix it. That's what I was saying in the beginning. If it's things, if the problems people are having with the games are like technical issues and shit like that, as a dev, you hop on that, right? When someone has an opinion like this, saying it's boring, blah blah blah. Why are you here? This is straight up damage control. Like what is this? This is like you just said, someone on the dev team is just straight up salty, right? They're actually like just they're emotional and just salty about that people don't like their game. Like, this is so weird.
Right.
Thank you for taking the time to leave a review for Starfield. We can understand your frustration with fast travel, making the universe feel much smaller. You knew this while you were making the game, though. Given the immense size of Starfield, we felt it made more sense to be able to use your grab drive to jump to other solar systems. Clearly showing that they made this design choice intentionally, right? Like, the option to fly freely among planets is still there. That's just trash. And you can travel from one planet to another and land without needing to open your map. Shut the fuck up. This guy is basically trying to resell the game. He's trying, you know what this guy's doing? If someone sees this review, right? Let's say someone random, like, because you know a lot of people can't form opinions of their own nowadays anyway. So let's see let's say one of these gullible motherfuckers stumbles across this review, and then they see the dev's response, basically like countering this guy's opinion. They're gonna be like, oh, okay, so maybe this guy's review is wrong.
Well, because you know, some people's reviews are a little out of pocket, right? You read some reviews.
You're
and
right. You're absolutely right. But the ones that I have just read are not those reviews. Right. These are actual like just people giving their, valid opinions on the game. Like, if you feel that things are getting boring. Look, this is crazy to me. This right here is crazy.
Yeah.
If you feel that things are getting boring, there is so much more to do than just the main mission. There are many side missions where you can learn more about the people and the story of
Oh
Starfield.
my god.
You can take time to explore various planets for motherfucker. Are you trying to resell me the game? He said you can break the law by smuggling and selling contraband and build your own outposts with starships. Okay, what the fuck? Like, that's what you sold me on the game in the first place, and I clearly didn't get that.
But the dude is saying whatever you're doing in the game isn't fun for him. So why is like, well,
what are you doing? This guy's trying to shape. Oh man, I don't know. This is very, very weird.
Right. No, it's very weird, and the interesting thing is, like, here's the thing. Even if you replied, and let's just say, like,
oh my god,
this bad review brought up good points. We all know Bethesda is gonna go back and fucking redo the game like a Cyberpunk, anyways. There's
Discord.
no way that's happening.
Check the chat. Hold on. Look at this. Okay. This is exactly what I think.
Yeah, I got it.
This is exactly what I think is going on.
It's absolutely Chat GPT.
And this is why I have a problem with this, because I that's why I said I don't think these responses are way too like robotic. Like, they're basically just marketing the game, trying to remarket the game to you again. Like, that's all these responses are doing. Like, look at that shit. This is absolutely some AI Chat GPT bullshit. Like,
no, I mean, and you know, there's already precedents that game studios already do this with their bullshit games that come out that are shitty, and then they're like, oh, we apologize, we're gonna iron out the Chat GPT response that we pointed out, by the way.
I'm more okay with that. I'm more okay with that.
Yeah, I'm definitely more okay with that. But
game fucking page and shaping, like, you're creating this like negative review narrative. Like, oh no, all these negative reviews, they don't know what they're talking about. They're just playing the game the wrong way. That's basically what they're saying. You're playing the game wrong. Like, get the fuck out of here.
No, it's just like.
And y'all know I have very strong opinions about Starfield because I was hella hyped for that game. I love Bethesda games. I love those shit. I love Skyrim. I love Fallout. I love fucking all the shit that they've made prior to this. And except Fallout 76, obviously, that game trash. But this game was hugely fucking disappointing. And the fact that there's a dev responding to this shit, whether it's ChatGPT or not, the fact that he's giving these responses just kind of puts in my head that they don't see what's wrong with what they made. Like, they don't see that people don't find this game good. And it's like, oh no, this game is great, but you guys just don't know what you're talking about. That's what this seems like to me. Like,
You know, it's kind of like that thing where Bethesda were the developer of a time and they never really eclipsed that time. You know what I mean? Remember how you guys were saying like how this game would have been great 10 years ago?
yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? I just kind of
actually, it would have been acceptable 10 years ago. I don't think it would have been good, especially compared to how this stacks up against their other games, right?
But
Because this game pales in comparison to Fallout.
But the point is, I feel like the
it's definitely
experience,
an ancient ass game,
and the imagination and ingenuity of the crew and the devs at Bethesda are definitely like
they were in a bubble.
Like of an older generation, and they're trying to build this thing, and they haven't really realized that the gaming industry has surpassed their
Yeah, they're just in a bubble. They think that
right.
formula
They're in their
still
bubble.
works. But the
They
thing
think-
is, the formula could still work. They just did it wrong. Like, this doesn't even
Right.
feel like a Bethesda game. That's the thing, right? Like, it doesn't even feel like it's a Bethesda game. So, like, is
Right.
that I was thinking about that actually when I was watching the Digital Foundry thing and they were talking about it, where is it the fact that they were in a bubble and that this stuff, like, of course RPGs have advanced, the games have advanced since Skyrim and Fallout, right? But this doesn't even feel like I could see if this game came out and it was like, you know, that same formula, right? But it was just trash. That's not the case. This doesn't even feel like those games. They've done this before. Like they've made games great. Like if a Skyrim game came out today, it would be great. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
But this is not that. Like Skyrim had that sense of like exploration, that sense of like wonder, that sense of, oh man, this world is amazing. It felt like a living, breathing place. It felt like you were traveling across different places and all this other shit, right? Starfield just feels like a simulator. Like that's what it feels like to me. So I don't think that that's because it's a product of a different time. I think they just made a mid game. Like,
I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
it could be that. I'm just trying to look for reasons why that could be or why that is.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because Todd,
that
you know,
was
Todd
my
Howard
reason
was celebrated
previously.
as one of the greatest whatever of all time. Blah blah blah, all that jazz. And I don't know. Everything kind of
Yeah.
comes from leadership at the end of the day, and leadership and direction, and you know, decisions regarding that. So it's not like they're lacking for money. They're a AAA studio, so there's literally no excuse. They could have delayed this game as long as they wanted to.
I think
you
this
know,
game, I think in the beginning, this is probably like Cyberpunk to a lesser extent. Actually, no, Cyberpunk to a greater extent, because
yes.
Yes.
Cyberpunk, when they first started talking about that game, it was very ambitious, right? Now, obviously, some of the things that they talked about didn't end up in the game, right? But the difference is, a lot of the things that they promised, those things they ended up adding to the game. Like they weren't like fundamental issues with Cyberpunk, right? Outside of the bugs and the technical shit, right? The stuff that they promised, they could just add later. Like, you know what I mean? Starfield, you can't just add non-fucking you know, load fast travel menus and all that shit, because the game isn't designed around that. That's a fundamental thing, a part of the game. Like, you can't just go back and be like, oh man, back to the drawing board. Let's get rid of all the loading screens. Let's get rid of all the fucking fast travel shit. No, because you didn't design the game to not have that shit. And I feel like in the beginning, they had this grandiose idea of what they wanted the game to be, and then their engine is so shit that they couldn't do it. So they were like, okay, let's cut corners here, let's cut corners there, and then eventually it just devolved into this.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, what it
I
boils
don't know.
down to is they need a new engine, man. They need a new engine. They need a whole new way of working. Whether they're gonna adapt or not, time will tell. But I don't know. I'm not very hopeful with the.
You know what this game feels like? It feels like they had 4 or 5 different teams working on this game that had no communication with each other at all. That's what it feels like. Like,
Oh yeah, that's pretty
everyone-
basic for a corporation.
yeah, but like most of the time it doesn't pan out this way. Like most of the time there's still some type of like I don't know how to explain it, but this like most games have different teams working on different aspects of the game, of course. But
Right.
this game feels like there are so many elements of the game that are just detached from one another, where like you can tell they wanted you to be able to explore these planets, but like they were like, fuck that. Let's just you know, let's shove that shit to the side and fucking add these procedurally. Well, they're not procedurally generated stuff, but they feel like they fucking are. Most of these planets feel like absolute, like they feel like nothing. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll be
really
honest.
Excited about the idea of that game.
The best thing about the game, it's crazy because they got the best thing right. The characters are cool. The character interactions and dialogue is great.
I agree.
And that's like my favorite part of like the Bethesda games. But you still need the world to ground all that shit, and the world sucks ass. Like, I don't know.
Like I'll tell you right now, I've been playing it and I was a huge Skyrim fan, 100%.
Yeah.
Skyrim was a game, like I'm not I liked Oblivion. I'm usually not a Bethesda guy though. Yeah. I really liked Oblivion because it was a different experience that I ever experienced in gaming at that point in time. Skyrim came out and it was like, oh, this is just more Oblivion but better. That's what everything pointed to. And Starfield was like, oh, it's Skyrim in space, right? Like that's what it was advertised as.
That was the idea that they sold me on.
Skyrim in space. And I'll tell you right now, it is not Skyrim in space. It is not. I love Skyrim.
You know what I wish they did, bro?
Yeah.
But this is just them being overambitious. They could have grounded that game on 1 or 2 planets and just made those planets fleshed them out, made them look non-fucking generic and fucking procedurally generated, and I would have loved it. Traveling back and forth between 2 planets, story, and it just be one big place, like fucking Skyrim, right? Like the wastelands in Fallout. Like it's just one big area. I don't need to be I don't need to spend. Did you see the mod that lets you free travel from planet to planet on your ship and it takes like fucking 3 hours or some shit like that?
Yes.
Bro, why the fuck would I want to do that?
Look,
like you didn't. I don't.
The problem with Skyrim, the problem with Starfield is a lot of it is just when you give a player choice too. When you give a player choice, like the choice that I have right now is that when I'm doing the main quest, is that I have a choice to fast travel to every point. But when you do that, every mission is dialogue, fast travel to ship, fast travel to the point you need to go to, dialogue, fast travel back, complete mission. You know what I mean?
To an extent, because that's not a bad thing, right?
It's
the thing
not.
that makes that bad is the fact that everything in between is just boring. There's nothing in between.
There's
like
nothing
Skyrim,
enticing.
You can fast travel everywhere. You can fast travel in Skyrim. Once you get to a place, you can just fast travel. But sometimes you don't want to because you want to go and see what's over here. You want to you want to find the interesting things that are on the way. Like that's not the case in this.
And I pulled up the game and Follow was in here like a couple nights ago, and Follow hadn't been in here because he was away, and his whole thing was, hey man, so how you enjoying this game? And I said, you know what, to be honest, here's my issue. And it was about the fast travel thing. I'm like, here's what the game is to me. It's fast travel here, fast travel there, fast travel there, because there's nothing enticing. And I said, you know what, Spider-Man, you have the option to fast travel, and I will never fucking fast travel anywhere in Spider-Man.
The only time I fast travel is if I've been to a place 1 billion times already, or I'm just trying to complete a quest and I just want to get it over with, or some shit like that. But the traversal and everything in Spider-Man is so fun that I like getting there.
Right? Never
if it's across the entire map or some shit like that, I'll probably fast travel.
I've never used a fast travel in Spider-Man unless it was mission obligated. I've never done so. I don't care if it's across the map. I've just never done it.
That's an extreme, right? Like, most people are going to use fast travel, but the thing is,
I agree.
Like, the thing is, I don't want to feel like if I don't fast travel, this is going to be the most boring fucking trek across the map.
Exactly.
Like, I don't. That's so weird to me because, like I said, in these other games, you can fast travel all over the place. Do I want to though? No,
but the thing is,
it's not enticing to not fast travel.
But here's the thing, right? Like, if you're making a space game, it should be exciting. Like, if I feel like I need to fast travel, you already fucked up. Because like for space, it's like you can fly with the ships. There's space battles. There's like different alliances and armies and shit and different planets. It doesn't even have to exist by like different lines.
The
Like,
interesting
everything
thing
should be
is that
fucking
all
interesting.
exist in
So-
Starfield, but it's not presented in a way that
Nah,
makes you
you know what
want
the
to
problem is?
experience it.
People overestimate. I love sci-fi. That's my shit. I love sci-fi just as much as I love fantasy shit. I love Skyrim. I love Fallout. I love Cyberpunk. Right? Those
Yeah.
are like the polar extremes. Right? So the problem is space as a fun experience is overrated as fuck if you think about it. Right? Space is empty as fuck. Like, yes, you can put a bunch of random ships and random planets all over the place, right? Try to make it fun, and then you launch off a planet. Oh shit, there's a dogfight, blah blah blah, right? How many times do you do that before it's not fun anymore? You know what I mean? Like, that's why I said I'd be okay if it was way more condensed into like a smaller area.
Like
right?
one
Yeah.
solar, like one
yeah,
little area,
like
where
here's
it's
the
like
thing,
3-4
right?
planets,
Ratchet
like
and Clank
Mass
does
Effect.
His funniest this, yeah, exactly, right? But here's the thing, Ratchet and Clank is not a fucking space fucking whatever, but it does the shit way better than Starfield did, in my opinion, where you go to a planet, oh shit, something's popping off, you can fucking fight in space in your ship and do all the other shit, whatever, or you can just land on the planet and call it a day, right? But it's not some big ass, oh, it takes me 80 years to get from point A to point B unless I fast travel, right? They make you want to, you feel like you have to fast travel in that game, because at one,
Yes.
everything is slow as shit. Everything is a fucking chore to get from point A to point B. Two, even if there is like interesting things going on, it's not often enough, right? It's not varied enough to where you won't get bored of having the same thing happen every fucking, like, yeah, I'm sure someone can nitpick and fucking find different things happening at any given moment, but I didn't see it when I was. So that's how I'm gonna feel about the game, right? So I really do think if you're gonna make a space game, it can be ambitious without having to make fucking 80 billion galaxies and all this crazy shit all over the place. Just condense the game into something smaller.
I mean,
you can get
it's
your
not
vision
about like
across.
quality. It's about like detail, like density. Like,
Well,
you know what I'm
here's
saying? Like,
here's the thing too, though. Like, because I'll tell you right now how you could have started Starfield differently, where it would entice the player into being
Bro,
more
even the intro
invested.
was terrible. That was
Yeah,
the worst
exactly.
intro to
It's
a fucking game I've ever played in
it's
my life.
about mission structure, right? Like, because the thing what Despair was saying is like, hey man, like if this was over the course of 1 or 2 planets, but I'm thinking as Despair is saying that, I'm like, you could actually have that, but still have the expansive universe that you wanted to have that's in Starfield, right? But just have it be structured differently. If you have those initial, because the thing what Starfield does initially, it has you jump from here to there, and it's like, this is already a little too much. You're not invested in the planet that you fucking started in, where you were mining. You don't care.
I don't even remember that shit.
Yeah,
What
you
the
don't
fuck was
even know what's
on?
going on. However, so like if you think of how Oblivion started, and if you start Starfield differently, where you're in a mining planet and you're doing missions regarding the people that are in that community, it grounds you to that community immediately. Here's the planet that you're starting at. You're a member of this planet, and
Why do
now
you think every
all of a sudden-
RPG starts off? Everyone always talks about the trope of the JRPG. Where you start off in this little small ass town, blah blah blah, with the girl, the girl, the love interest, and the ultimate shit. And I'm like, yes,
it
because that's the
grounds
fucking
you.
point. Like,
It grounds you
so-
as a player.
like,
And then you're invested in your community, and then it grounds you to the ultimately it grounds you to the universe, where once you're hit with the mission structure of this invokes the entire planet or universe survival, then you feel even more invested. Starfield doesn't do any of that at any point of the game. When you're with what is it, fucking Constellation, when you're with them, you just don't give a shit until, spoiler, one of your homies dies and is like, what happened? Why? That's like way past the halfway point of the game, by the way. By the main story, that's way past the halfway main story
crazy
point.
Thing is, here's like the best part about Bethesda games for me, right? This game did not have this at all. I don't know how they missed this. Everyone always used to talk about this shit. I don't know how they didn't implement this. The best part about every opening for every Bethesda game has been you start off in some garbage ass. You start off in like a cave. You start off in like a jail cell somewhere. You start off in like a fucking. You start off in a vault. You start off in a Fallout vault.
You're literally
like that, right?
arrested in
And then
Skyrim,
everything
and
is
you're
just-
also in a
everything is
jail cell in
grimy and
Oblivion.
ugly and
Yeah.
disgusting or whatever. And then you get through that intro section of the game. You open the door or you go outside the cave and you get that,
And
you get that
Orlando.
flash. Yeah, you get that flash, and it's like, oh shit. You see the big ass open world that's like right there. You're like, wait, I can go there. I can go over there. Oh shit,
Yep.
there's something over there. Like, that is the reason why I play those games. That's like, you know what's really weird to me? How they get that wrong when we're in the Breath of the Wild era, right? Where every game wants to be like that. Like,
Yeah.
and the way Breath of the Wild started off, I even though there are my gripes, I have the gripes with the game, right? But that opening is like one of my. I love when games open like that. You start off
Yeah,
in some
yeah.
fucking place, you go out, they just show you the world, and boom, like they just let you go. That's just cool. I'm not the biggest open world fan, but when it's done right, I think it's great, right?
Yeah.
So I don't understand how you can get something like that wrong in this era of gaming, where
Could you
open world games
imagine?
post Breath of the Wild like cannot be mid, bro. I'm sorry. Post
Could
Elden
you-
Ring,
You're right.
like,
You're right.
Could you imagine if Starfield actually started you off the same way as a miner in this planet, and then they send you on a mission structure where you struggle to escape and you
Yeah,
get on a
I
ship,
was just thinking
and
that.
then once you get on the ship, you see the fucking universe in front of you, and it's just like, by the way, just head to this planet if you want
I
to
wanna
continue
see
the
every
story.
planet in the solar system. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a
Exactly.
menu. I don't want to see a menu with all the fucking planets and galaxies and shit like that. I want to launch off the planet and I want to see, oh, there's a planet over there. Oh, there's a planet over there. Yo, guys, why did Kingdom Hearts 3 get this better than Starfield, bro? Then that's not even a fucking space game. I launch out of a world on my gummy ship. I can see a world over there. I can see a world over there. I can see a world up there. I can see a world
Yes.
down there. How does that get this? How does that get it better? I don't understand. I just thought about that. How does
Give-
that work?
Give
This
the
is a space
player
game.
the perception before the choice.
What the fuck?
It's
Like,
so
I
hard.
don't-
It's so.
These
It's
are
not
the
that
guys
hard.
that did it. Like, how did you
Yeah,
fuck it
they've
up?
done it
Fuck
before. They've done it. Oblivion was
man.
crazy. Oblivion was super like that. Skyrim was super like that. You were jailed. You woke up on a cart getting wheeled to a prison.
You're about to get beheaded.
Yeah, you're about to
They-
get
you gotta
donezo,
escape.
and you
go down
got
into the
escaped
cells
by
or
a
whatever.
fucking dragon, and they're just like,
then you're like,
well,
oh, shit, we're in
and then
Skyrim.
they pop you in the middle of the field, and they're like, go where
I'll
you
never
want,
forget.
brother.
I'll literally never forget. I went out into the fucking shit. I went swimming. I got up and it was it was a pack of wolves there, and I died. And I was like, oh shit, great start. This is a great game. Like,
Godlike though.
and then the next time on my next playthrough, I went out there. It was raining. There was a fucking bunch of spiders and shit. They ate my ass, and I died again. But it was like, oh shit, it was spiders, not wolves this time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It
just
just
felt-
blows your
like,
mind.
I don't know. That shit's so weird. Also, I like Fallout. I like the gunplay and all that. I don't think that's what they should have focused on. They put a lot of effort into like weapons and guns and shit. I'm like, I don't think that's what people play your games for, bro. Like,
Yeah.
what are you trying to do? Nobody plays Bethesda games for the fucking gunplay. Like, wow. How do you not have a VAT system in this? That's what I want to. What the fuck? That's what made Fallout godlike. That's what made Fallout still feel like an RPG as
Yes.
well. Like,
Yes.
so I don't.
They needed
They
they
need to get this
needed
shit
they needed another mechanic. If they were not gonna rely on VATs, because if they wanted to keep VATs as a Fallout thing, they needed something different, right? They needed
they
some
could've did
kind of
something. They
gimmick.
could've done
Yeah,
something, bro.
something
Like,
to be like, hey,
didn't have
here's
to
your
be VATs.
gunplay. It didn't
Like-
have to be VATs, but they needed something. And this is just, like I said, I feel like the game is just lacking personality, to be honest.
got called lacking. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. That's
It's
literally what
lacking
it is. I don't
personality.
see anything in this game, any singular part of this game, that I can't get from something else. I can get decent gunplay, decent open world from Cyberpunk. Dead ass. Like, I can seriously just open up Cyberpunk right now and feel like, wow, look at this environment. Look at all the detail. This
Yeah.
looks great. You know what I'm saying?
And it's gonna get
Like,
even better, by the way,
exactly,
with the next release.
right? Like
Yeah.
the DLC just dropped, right? The story is amazing too. Oh shit, right? Like the game looks great. The world looks like they actually put thought into it. Like this game looks like you know what's really weird now that I think about it, man? Skyrim fucking Elder Scrolls 6 supposed to still be coming out, bro. And if this is any indicator, hopefully they take notes from this, bro. Because if you can't fuck up your main game. They definitely can, but I hope Skyrim. I hope the next Elder Scrolls is good, man. I really do. Because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I know everybody was hyped for this shit. A lot of people were hyped for this shit. I wasn't. I didn't give a fuck about Starfield, bro, until like a month before it dropped. Right? I just want Fallout. I just want a new Skyrim. That's all I care about. I don't give a fuck about no Starfield.
I mean,
Like,
for me,
it
was
worries
like
me, though.
If I was gonna get into Bethesda stuff, it would have been this game. But yeah, then it's a hard no for me. So
like,
yeah.
I
I mean, because
I
I'm
like
more
my
into
more
sci-fi
structured.
than I am like.
yeah, but if I'm gonna
fantasy,
be in the
right?
sci-fi, give me Mass Effect. Don't give me fucking. I don't want an open world space.
Look,
It's
I don't want to hear about Mass Effect for the next 10
True.
years.
It
We-
does
you-
kind of
you won't have
worry
to 'cause we
me.
won't.
Yeah, it does kind of worry me about their next game though, because if
Yeah,
their next
exactly.
game is Elder Scrolls 6, it's
Seems out
just
of
like
touch. They seem super out of touch.
they seem super out of touch. Like,
Fallout
and the thing
76.
about so Fallout 76 was the start of the downfall, to be honest, because they released Skyrim like 5 or 6 times before Fallout 76,
And the mobile games.
and then it's just kind of like the thing about it is also it's just
The mobile games are better than the fucking AAA games.
yes,
Yo, Fallout Shelter was godlike.
but
the-
that's the thing though. It's something that they need to take in an entire look at, because it's not just their engine, it's the structure. It's the
You can
whole
make a
thing
good
about
game with a shit
Starfield
engine.
is just this entire menu to
It's a
menu
slog,
to
man.
menu. Yeah, that's the thing. It's a
feels like you're-
slog.
It feels like you're playing a chore. It's like you're being forced to play through
Ye-
the fucking.
Yeah.
And
how
that's
I
the
feel.
that's the
That's what-
funny
that's what it
thing
looks
though.
like.
I've been playing through the game and I don't hate it. I don't want this to be misconstrued
hate
like
it
that.
either.
I hate the game.
Yeah, I don't hate it. It's
I
not a
think
bad
like
game.
it's like it just
mid.
frustrates me because there's the potential for a great game within this system that they've
You know
built
how our
themselves.
review score system works? How like 7 is considered mid when it really should be 5, right?
Yes, 5
This
should
game,
absolutely be.
You know
mid.
what somebody said that I resonated with so well? This is the greatest representation of a 7 out of 10 ever. Like Starfield is the
Wow,
best 7 out of 10
I feel that.
ever, and it absolutely is. And it feels like I'm just continuously shitting on the game. When I
We're
was
not
playing,
shitting on it though. We're
I
just
l-
critiquing
I
it, to
liked
be
some
honest. Yeah,
aspects of it.
I
But
agree.
when you go into
yeah.
a game that big, that anticipated, from a developer whose games you liked previously, you expect things, and I got none of it.
No,
all I got was the characters that were cool to interact with and all that shit. But
I wholeheartedly
Everything else was
agree. Like everything that I've experienced in the game, I'm like, this shit seems cool. But as far as expectations and where games are now, it just feels wrong. Like it doesn't feel great. It feels good. It doesn't feel great. And
it
I'm
feels
just
like you
like,
could see what they wanted to do. And none of it
yeah.
worked out.
And it's just, it's so
They were like, "Oh,
frustrating.
that's gonna cost too much. We're not gonna
Yeah,
give you that big of a budget."
It's so frustrating where you could see where this game could have been. If you merge Starfield and Destiny, you'd probably have the greatest game of this past generation, to be honest.
I wouldn't. Yes.
One of the considered top 5. Like, look at Destiny, where Destiny's at and what Destiny implemented. And if you
Star Ocean-
see
the
those
newest Star Ocean
mechanics,
game does sci-fi fucking RPG better than Starfield. Sorry, guys.
probably I'm not gonna disagree
all
with
the
that because I
weebs
haven't
out there.
played it, but yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, it's just more so. It's just like, well, playing the game, and like I said, like it just feels. If that's the thing, like they literally took, they took the Skyrim in space too literal, where it was just like, oh, you can fast travel wherever if you want to.
No, they
You
didn't.
you go
They
menu to
didn't
menu
take-
to
they didn't
menu.
take it- They didn't take into account at all for what it looks like.
It
'Cause
does.
I
Yeah.
don't have a. I have zero. I get zero feeling of a fucking Bethesda RPG in this game. It just feels super generic. Like they just gave this to like a B team somewhere and then marketed the fuck out of it.
I guess the biggest feel you get of a Bethesda game is within the story, because the story is not
Yeah, and the bugs.
terrible. The bugs, yeah, that's true. The bugs are actually pretty fucking hilarious and funny. I've
As
experienced some really good bugs. They're not bad bugs. The bad bugs I experienced were frustrating, but nonetheless.
Yeah, typical Bethesda shit.
Yeah.
But usually those are forgiven because the games are great.
And these are not easily forgiven because the game is mid.
Imagine
that's-
making a mid game.
that's the risk that you take, though, too.
Because you know what's crazy? Cyberpunk got all that shit, but it wasn't. No one ever said the game was mid. We just said the game is broken. Like no one ever noticed.
The game don't
everyone
work.
said the game was great. Everyone said the game was amazing. It was just busted. Like
This game has that's a frustrating thing about Starfield, bro. Like this game has
this
every
game has the
single
least amount of bugs
opportunity exactly
of any Bethesda game,
yes.
and it's just
And-
mid.
that's
the
complete
complete opposite.
And it had the biggest opportunity to not be mid.
Yeah,
And
that's
yet,
crazy.
however, it was still mid.
This imagine
That's
imagine
what's so
being the
frustrating
least
about it.
buggy Bethesda game, and you're still mid.
Man.
I feel like anybody watching this that loves Starfield is just like, man, fuck these guys, man.
And that's the thing. We don't fucking hate the game. I actually like Starfield. I do. But it's
Could've
so
been better. I want
frustrating
that
to
shit to be
play
better.
it. I
can't
wanted
play-
it
I
to
can't
be
play
better.
Baldur's Gate. I can't play Cyberpunk. I can't play Zelda.
Well, all
I can't
the
play
releases-
Elden Ring.
Like
and
if
then
we
play this.
like look, you could ignore
Too much
every
going on,
you
man.
could ignore all the current releases. Just look at all of Bethesda's past releases. When you
Yeah, true.
fucking
Exactly.
get out of the
The
jail
only reason I
cell
didn't say
in
that was
a
because the last when did Fallout 4 come out?
when you
2016?
I'll tell you
Like-
right now, when you get out of the jail cell in Oblivion and you're greeted by the king, Patrick Stewart, who's just like, yo homie, I need your
was?
help.
Wait, it was?
But yes, it was Patrick Stewart, the king. He grabbed you and he's like, there's some corruption going on, and I know you're a prisoner, but I need your help.
I need to play Oblivion again. I
That's
I
that
think
was
that's better than Skyrim.
insane. Exactly.
I think
No,
that's
I that's a whole nother conversation, which I agree with you 100%. Because Skyrim was good, but Oblivion
Skyrim
was
was great, but
fucking
Oblivion was just different for
crazy.
me.
My whole first hour in Oblivion,
They're remaking Morrowind. That's gonna be interesting because
my whole first
game.
hour in Oblivion was breaking out of the jail cell, and the first cottage that I got into, I was reading all of the books that they had.
bro, the first thing I did was just kill everybody because I didn't know you could do that.
Because you
So I
could
just tried
read,
killing everybody.
you
and
could
then
literally
watching the
read
guards-
every
Watching the
book.
guards just walk up to you awkwardly and just try to find
That's
you.
true,
I'm like, damn,
yeah.
it's the beginning of the game. I don't have any money. I'm gonna just kill
Yep.
them. And they were all just gang up on me
Cooked.
and fuck me up.
Cooked.
I love that shit.
Bro, Patrick Stewart is the king in Oblivion, and he comes to you. He's like, "There's some controversy going on. I know you're a prisoner, but that's why I can trust you." Your
the
mind is
music in Oblivion?
blown.
Bro,
Yes.
I don't even. What? There's no. Okay, there's obviously music in Starfield.
There's
but
music
I
in
don't
Starfield.
remember shit.
But I will play
I
the
specifically
Interstellar
remember-
soundtrack over it 100% of the time.
Yeah, come on. If you have to do that shit, that's your soundtrack is garbage.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
like I specifically remember certain songs about fucking Skyrim had craziest fucking soundtrack. Like even Fallout did. Fucking
Yep.
Oblivion.
Fallout.
Oh man, I used to literally just sit at the fucking. I used to leave the game on and just listen to that shit while I used to do homework.
You could
That's
leave it
how
on the
like that shit
pause screen and do homework.
I would just like, bruh, that's the bruh. What are y'all doing? And it's like I know, you know what makes me feel bad though. There are some situations where I feel like they knew, like there was a point of like no return, right? When they were developing this game, but they were like, all right, well, we're just gonna have to get it done and put it out because, like I said, you can see what they were trying to do, man. And I feel like somewhere along the line they were like, yeah, we can't work. We're gonna have to delay it another fucking decade, like, or we don't have the funds
Well,
or something like. 'cause
That
you can
Microsoft
literally
deal probably had
see,
a lot
man.
to do with it.
Well, Microsoft wasn't in the picture. It wasn't even in the picture.
No, I
early
know,
on.
but the
Like-
rush to complete it and shit like
Yeah, I
that. You
know.
know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I don't know.
Because,
This game,
you know, you gotta look good for your new investors, right? Your new overlords.
Oh, this ain't the way to
All
do
that
it.
jazz.
Well, this
No,
leads to
definitely not. If I'm
another.
Microsoft, I'm
sold well.
pissed off.
Yeah,
I'm sure the
I hope-
game sold well, but
I hope so.
this leads to another one of those conversations where I really just like, I would love to have a developer of some kind on the podcast. But until that is done, until we are that big where we could just pull in and just express that big dick energy, we're not going to be able to do that. With that being said, guys, I think that's going to be it for tonight. And we are going to catch you guys
he's gonna
next
go
time.
play
We're
Starfield.
going to have a full rebrand by next
Yeah,
time.
next week's gonna be wild.
Next week's going to be absolutely wild. We got Game Awards
We're
and
gonna know what GTA 6 looks
all
like next week.
kinds of
That's wild.
shit.
That's crazy to think about.
Our minds are going to be blown. Your minds are going to be blown even further. But count on your boys being here to talk you through it, because we will. But we will catch you guys next time. I'm going to go play some fucking more Starfield until I beat this shit.
Unbelievable.
I'm going to catch you guys next time. Have a great night,
Shove it
y'all.
down your throat.
Peace out.